AKA Millie with the stats and facts. No, really, and you know Hendo gon' tell you the truth. B.I. Mr. Info, you know what we here for. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we cover from Dog Shades to the team at the Barclays. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, from Will scoring 100 to Ja being wanted. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, let's go.
Sounds so good, don't you agree? Yeah, buddy. Old Heads, episode 73. Back in the building, back in the basement, man. Another great day to be alive, man. Appreciate that y'all rocking with us. Like and subscribe, man. Check us out on Facebook, Hendo, CEEHENDO. Also, Old Head Sports Podcast. I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Millie, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. And, man, episode 73, man. We getting close to 75, man. So, in a great mood tonight, man. Really can't complain. Got a 3-day weekend, man. I'm here with my bros. We're going to talk sports. So, man, we got a great show today lined up. We're going to be talking about, of course, Justin Fields. He got hurt. Has he possibly played his last game as a Chicago Bear?
Hell no.
All right, yeah, we'll see. And then we also got ESPN came out with their top 100 list. We thought it was kind of dusty, as well as a lot of people. So we're going to pick 3 players that we thought were grossly, you know what I'm saying, ranked wrong. We also want y'all out there. Y'all let us know who y'all feel like, you know, you didn't care for how they were ranked. And then also we're going to be getting into Victor Wembanyama. He's been doing something special every single night. This guy's putting up 20, having 1 or 2 plays designed from him. He seems like he's going to be a special player. But will he have will he have a better season than Tim Duncan rookie season? So, man, we got some more stuff to get into, but I'm going to let these brothers introduce themselves. Old Heads, episode 73. Let's get it in. Yiddy.
Boy, Bills, Old Head, get with us.
Yes, hey, man, Hendo G, a.k.a. French Loaf, a.k.a. Mr. Honey Pack himself.
Mr. Honey Pack. Mr. Honey Pack. So let's go ahead and get kicked off, man. Like I said, man, I normally take a lot of flack. A lot of people don't think I'm a real Bear fan. I promise I am. I promise I'm a huge Bear fan. But I have had some interesting takes on Justin Fields. And if you guys didn't know, he did dislocate his thumb in a loss to the Vikings. With no timetable for his return, is it time for the Bears to give up on Fields and possibly look toward the draft and drafting a quarterback? Or do you think they should stick with him? Who wants to kick it off?
Go ahead, B.I.
Man, I think in all reality, man, okay, now this opinion is fluid.
Yeah.
Like, man, say Steve, this is fluid.
It's fluid, yeah.
My opinion can be fluid because I've definitely been on the one side of it where I'm like, man, we got to see what Justin got, The more games we lose, the more potential we have in getting one of these 2 quarterbacks that are nice. And I don't think we should pass on that opportunity, even if we still have Justin. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, if those guys are available, either one of them, man, I feel like we got to take somebody off the table at that position. We'd be a fool not to. We've missed on so many positions really entirely, but the quarterback position, you need to start that kind of. A franchise quarterback is too important for a team, and to not have one, you basically taking yourself out of the running every year.
Man, that was deep. That was deep. That was real. That was real.
I had to keep it real with myself.
Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Hendo, how you feel about it?
I think as of right now, Justin's a guy, but every game that he misses, he loses stock. And every time the backup guy plays better, it makes him look bad. So what's going to happen is the backup's going to come in and he's going to have some shining moments. Then people are really going to start looking at the play call and like, man, maybe the plays were working, but the line still sucks. But this man's getting this ball out of his hands a lot quicker and doing what he needs to do. So with that being said, I think the QB situation is going to be out of the fans' hands. I think it's going to come down to a point where if we look into new coaching, We should allot the coach first time coming in. If he wants to work with Justin Fields and make him a better player, he might see something in just. Who knows who we get in coaching? They might see the potential in Justin Fields to make a system work around him, or they might just be like, I don't want to take on this project. I'd rather get this guy right here and give this coach the quarterback that he wants, that he knows he can develop. That's a different type of confidence. I can see us going in that direction, but it really comes down to who we pick and choose as our next head coach, because I don't think Eberflus is the one for us right now.
I love that. That's a great answer. I think in short, I think yes. I kind of want an apology from all the other Bear fans who said I was crazy when I said trade him before the Vikings game.
You were crazy.
Yeah,
I will get nothing
his
similar to an apology.
His value was at its highest after having those two big games. And I promise I thought it and I should have said it, but I was sitting here thinking in my head like, he's a running quarterback. He's already had injuries problems. So that's another thing you have to think about is him getting hurt.
He's a throwing quarterback.
But that's his throwing hand, though. And this is everybody what you got to look at. It's a wrist on his throwing hand. That's detrimental sometimes because when you throw and all that little tweaking of the wrist like that, because who knows to when he can get back to throwing the ball the right way. Because
you got to dislocate a thumb.
Well, yeah, but the way he was holding that in his wrist and everything, all this comes down across this right here. It's one big muscle thing. So if he doesn't feel comfortable holding it, it's going to start fucking with his wrist, is what I'm saying, because this is what you have to rely on to hold the ball. Mm-hmm. All this will start circling like that, and he'll start having issues like that. So you have to be kind of careful.
Man at all. If you go back and listen to our conversations in previous shows, this is the problem. What is he known for? Some will have you think he was known as a runner who could throw a little bit. Some will have you believe he was known as a thrower who could run a little bit. All the research I've done say the dude was supposed to be a throwing damn quarterback and the motherfucker could run a little bit. So seeing him run a damn ball all the time in the league scares the shit out of me. One, because running quarterbacks don't make it too damn long. Two, because if you were a passing quarterback and it seemed like the passing ain't there, it seemed like you running out of just trying to make first downs and trying to make it work. You're supposed to be able to see the play a little bit better before the play too.
Which is why I said we should have traded him when his value was high.
I don't think that his value is completely lost though. I feel like if and when he come back this year, because they say that shit don't need surgery.
No, he gonna try to come back.
So when he come back, if he can string together a couple games,
I don't think that's gonna matter.
We don't have the worst schedule.
He has a record of 7-26, being a starting quarterback.
I mean, but what are the records combined of the teams that we getting ready to face though? We got
that's cool. That's cool. He has a passer rate of 82.3, including this year, which is 24th, and he's 24th in QBR. He also averaged close to 12 turnovers per season despite being injured and only playing 12 games his rookie year. He has a career completion percentage of 60.1. To put that in perspective, is Lord and Baker Mayfield, right? So then he also has a career completion percentage of 61.6. Fields is a supremely talented athlete. He's just not a franchise QB. He's an inconsistent quarterback who shows flashes of greatness, but not enough to win and get us over the hump. I think to pass on one of the top three quarterbacks would be a grave mistake for a franchise. Who we need a player who clearly will put us, a player who clearly can't put it all together. Bears fans have become enamored with his legs, but most running quarterbacks don't last, and especially the way our offensive coordinator calls games. Fields, in my opinion, is supremely talented. I think he has a bright future. I just don't think it's with the Bears, and I think the Bears' future is Caleb Williams. It's either Caleb Williams or I think Michael Penix. But I think if we get Michael Penix, we would definitely have to shore up that line because that's what makes him so special. He's a lot like Jared Goff. If you give him time to throw, if you watch him play those Washington games, his accuracy is crazy.
Well, you compare him to Baker Mayfield.
Completion percentage. Excuse me. You keep going, bro.
Well, comparing him to Baker Mayfield, you know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield actually is having a better season again this year, though. Like, and look at what Geno Smith is doing in his researches. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
certain guys.
a lot of these stats are coming before he had a number one receiver. Baker Mayfield
that
has
too.
number
What
one.
we're talking about since his
But
rookie year.
Baker Mayfield also has number one. He also had Amari Cooper. He also had other motherfuckers. He also had Odell Beckham. You give dog them type of, you know what I'm saying? You give him them type of receivers, and he does better. He has one. Yes, it has. When he does get the ball to DJ Moore, they score.
Well,
he has damn near a flawless percentage throwing to DJ Moore. He's only missed like maybe one throw to him or something like that, something crazy like that.
Right, over 2 games. That's what I'm saying. That's inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the quarterbacks are inconsistent right now. There's a lot of inconsistency across the field. What I'm saying is he can work on that given a different coaching. And what I'm saying is it all depends on what the coaching upcoming feels like. There's not been proper coaching around him to build on these skills is what I've always been alluding to. Because certain coaches will help you with these. Now, there's certain things he should be doing, yes.
There are no skills.
He has skills. He has a lot of skills. But the play calling, we've always said, we can visibly look at the play call and see that these are shit plays being called. Shit. And we're asking a man out here to come out and run these shit ass plays and they not finna work. That's kind of hard to install confidence into that. That's what I'm saying. So the next coach has to come with that full confidence. That's why I feel like it's regardless of what the fans say or whatever, it all depends on who the next coach comes in. Because if he feels like he can work with Fields, for instance, if we happen to get Harbaugh from Michigan, and he was like, well, you know what? I can work with Fields because he reminds me a lot of Kaepernick, and I can work with that system. Give me some pieces, and I can do that. That's somebody I would trust that. I understand why he would want to keep that. I'm saying, but if he came in and was like, you know, this is a quarterback I want because I know what his skill set and what we can do is, I'm going to have to respect either way. That's why I feel like it's not going to come down to what the fans want. It's going to come down to who is the next coach and what they want.
It comes down to Justin Fields being inconsistent, and that's what it comes down to because before we saw what he looked like this year, we weren't thinking about getting a quarterback. It was simply, this is our guy. We're going with him moving forward. We should get another good pick. Marvin Harrison Jr. is coming out. We should be to get another good wide receiver or offensive lineman to help build around this team that we got. That wasn't the conversation. People see what he looked like. His numbers are his numbers. Like, he's not a franchise quarterback. What make a franchise quarterback is when they don't have everything around them and they can still win. The fact that you say, well, he hasn't had this, well, you give him this, you give him this, you give him that. Yeah, that's great. But that's with any quarterback. But basically what you're telling me is he's a Dak Prescott. He's a Kirk Cousins.
But even Dak Prescott and even Kirk Cousins had a true number one when they played. That's the difference. They all had true number ones.
That's cool.
No, that's the breaker of them because they didn't really throw none. They made one dude, and that's what it said. They all had true number ones over there. When you got a top receiver, a motherfucker who's a true number one, that's the biggest difference in the world. Biggest difference. No, that's what made Prescott go through when he started hitting Amari Cooper. Then they traded him for high value.
And I agree with you. Having a number one absolutely helps. But you also have a guy that could be a franchise quarterback that doesn't have a number one, and they still succeed, a la Lamar Williams.
You bringing it back like some old.
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson doesn't have a number one.
He had a number one when he was successful. He had Hollywood Brown when he was successful. Now he's not doing as successful with it.
For what? 1 year, 2 years.
And that's when they were successful.
I mean, we look at the Kansas City Chiefs as one of the best teams, one of the best offenses in the league. But without a true number one, right now, that team is struggling.
Right.
They use
you know who their number one is? Thank you.
But at the same point in time, that offense is still struggling. And they are a great team. They're a great offense. That offense is still not as good as it's been. And it still is puttering right now. They're barely scoring points. And he's one of the greats. But see, when we say all the buts for them, we can say all the buts for the Bears.
I'm not saying anything.
But when Kelsey was hurt, when Kelsey was hurt, they lost to the Lions.
They're barely winning.
When Kelsey was hurt, they lost to the Lions.
The offense is barely scoring points.
Just saying
that. And I get that. Patrick Mahomes is having one of his worst years since his rookie
Because
year.
they don't have a true
And
number
he's-
one.
and he's the
over
best
there.
quarterback in the league.
He didn't have one last year, and he won MVP.
Juju was their number one. And
Juju's not number one.
but either way you
Juju's
look
not
at it,
number one.
And
either
that's
way
my
you
point,
look at
too.
it,
They dropped when Tyreek left. They dropped a little bit when they got Juju, and then they dropped even more when they lost them.
But Kelsey is
Without
their
the
number
proper
one.
weapons, without the proper weapons, everybody gonna struggle.
I'm gonna tell you.
And
I'm gonna tell you
that's
where he
fair.
learned this from.
That's fair.
They got this from New England because New England let a lot of their number one receiver go and had like a bunch of number twos. But who do they use as their number one? Gronk. A lot of teams do this when you got just because people don't understand the tight end could be the biggest weapon. He could be your best player. Tony Gonzalez. We look at Graham when he was out there doing his best. We look at Shockey when he was doing his best. Tight ends can be your number one too. And I hate that we don't look at them like that sometimes because there's a lot of teams that rely a lot on their tight ends as a number one receiver and they let a lot of the receivers go. So let's not forget that Andrews, who is a top tight end, plays for the Baltimore Ravens. And he was pumping the shit out of him. Even though when they let Hollywood Brown go, he was pumping him. That's what I'm saying. If you got to have people like this, you got to have a number one go-to. And he didn't really have a number one go-to because Mooney had problems getting open. But as soon as DJ Moore get there, everything looked a lot different. And everybody we name has a number one. Everybody. And we just now got a number one. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying too.
But what I'm saying is, still proves the point. He's inconsistent. He looked good with DJ Moore for 2 games, and then now he's hurt. The last game he played with DJ Moore, he did absolutely nothing, and now he's hurt. And so now we move into another year of now we're gonna have to pay him, and then what? We just gonna be? He play a few games. He might look good. Like no, like you can't. It's time to ask. Justin Fields hasn't shown enough consistency of being a good quarterback, not even franchise, being a good quarterback to pass up on possibly 2 generational type players. So that's all I'm saying. Having a franchise quarterback, a lot of the problems that we saying, if he had this, if he had that, they mask a lot of those problems when you have a true franchise quarterback. That's all I'm saying. That's all. No, I mean, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, would you be cool if they pass up on Caleb Williams? Let's just say the whole Caleb thing is a rumor, and let's just say he say, yeah, whoever draft me, I'm coming out, whoever, and we got the first pick. Would you be okay with them?
Come on, man. Every Bear fan is still traumatized from picking up Mitch Trubisky instead of Pat Mahomes. So that's not even a fair question to ask us at
I'm
this
seriously
point,
asking.
unless you want to see emotion come out of us.
No, I'm being serious.
That's triggering. That question is triggering.
It's not.
I feel like I need to be on the couch right now talking to a therapist or something because it ain't no way in hell your ass is seriously asking this
I'm
question.
being serious. Would you be cool with that, Hendo?
I'll be cool with whoever the next head coach came in and felt comfortable with. That's what I'm cool with. I rely on the next head coach coming in to make the choice that we need.
So if the head coach say Fields is our guy, you okay with that?
I'm sticking with Fields. And if Dog comes in and thinks that he can work with Fields and do better than what Dude's been over there doing, which I think a lot of people can, that's the guy I'm rolling with. And that's what it is. I have full faith in the next coach coming in. It's their decision. It's going to be their decision. I'm sick of sitting here and grabbing all these coaches and not giving them person that they want.
I feel like it ain't nothing wrong either with having a strong quarterback room. And maybe Caleb can make, you know what I'm saying, Fields better. Or both of them make each other better. Either way it go, I don't feel like there's any problem with having competition in any room. Linebacker, any position on the field. So, you know what I'm saying, I say take the best player possible. You know what I'm saying? And actually, not really even that. The best player for us might even be somebody on the line. Fuck all of that. Go for, like you said, generational talent, because that's the moving stick. You know, a great quarterback in this game, like you say, man, like even when times are tough around the team, they might be able to pull it out in the end or put you over the top.
Trevor Lawrence is a perfect example of that, of what he just did Thursday night.
But he had to get a better coach in order for him to do that.
That team is pretty good.
Until they got Doug Peterson, he wasn't doing shit.
That's true.
But
he's a hell of a coach. He's a championship winning coach.
He's absolutely a great coach. But we also talking about his rookie year. Very few quarterbacks do well their rookie year.
I mean,
and then he also had Urban Meyer.
Everybody you brought up as far as like C.J. Stroud, that's how they rookie years, and you keep bringing up how amazing their years is. So and they not winning no games really. C.J. Stroud is, but the other guy is young and them ain't really winning no games. But
I think
they 2-3. Nobody expecting them to even win 2 games yet.
I mean,
C.J. Stroud is played with 5th game and he had just threw a touchdown. I mean, just threw a pick.
I mean,
like he balling.
But that's cool. But what their record is?
They're 2-3. What do you mean?
Okay, I'm just saying. That's
what does that prove?
Right, that's exactly what I'm saying. What does that prove,
what
though?
Does that prove?
You keep giving these guys these highlights, but what is that? That's what I keep saying.
He's playing well.
Okay, do you think they're going to compete in their conference? No, in their division.
What does that prove?
Are they?
He's playing. He's one.
Are they competition in their division?
They're playing well.
See, there's questions that you won't ask, but there's questions that you will ask.
No.
Are they playing well in their division?
No, they're 2-3.
Are they going to make it out of their division?
Probably not.
So what are we talking about?
I don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about.
We're talking about guys that are throwing good but not winning these enough games. They're not going to make it out of their division. We're talking about guys that are not going to do nothing. So
that's 2 different things.
I guess.
You can be playing
well
I'm just saying,
and
we're losing.
I'm saying that the guys...
Justin Fields is playing horrible and we're losing.
But they're doing damn near the same shit, though. I mean...
How is it the same thing?
Because they're all the teams that we talking about ain't going to make it out their division.
You're conflating...
No. They're doing well, but they're not doing...
No, you're talking about 2 different things. You're talking about records and team. We're talking about, from what I'm talking about, is player. I don't give a fuck if Chicago had 0 wins, but Justin Fields was playing like how he played them 2 games. I can't say shit. Cool, we not winning, but he's balling. Justin Herbert is a perfect example. He throws for a shit ton of yards, and they're always an 8-18, or they're out the first round. Cool.
That's not
we
cool.
We can work on that shit. You're not even giving me that, and we're losing, and a lot of times because of you. He averaged 12 turnovers a season, and he's barely playing all 17 games. That is on him. That's all I'm saying.
So none of it's on the coaching at all because he went through 2 different coaches and none of them set up a game plan for him because they had a different group plan, right? So none of it's set on the O line. It's just everything is just on Justin Fields at all times because even though we've changed this dude from being a pocket passer to a running quarterback because the line can't hold up because we have several inconsistencies. It always seems to fall on just Justin Fields, and we have to rely on his performance. But when the line does hold and he plays game, he throws flawless games. He damn near goes 16 for 16 on opening drives, and he puts up crazy amount of points. No, that's what you are saying. You're saying I don't see, but
that's what I'm saying. That he's inconsistent,
and I agree to a certain part of that. But so is the line, and so is the coaching, and so is the offensive plays that we seem to always elude from because when they call in a play, he can't always just break the play. And there's times, even if you look at his conferences,
you absolutely can break the play.
All right.
Aaron Rodgers did it all the time.
He's not Aaron Rodgers, man. Don't compare him.
But he's a franchise quarterback, supposedly.
Give him the rights he is. When coach calls the play, he calls the play. Aaron Rodgers also is known as a diva quarterback, and he's also known to throw games if he doesn't get his way. Does Justin Fields do that? No. Do we know Aaron Rodgers did this for a fact? Yes. Do we know that he threw just to one side to piss off Mike McCarthy to get him not to coach there? Yes. So, I mean, there's...
I personally don't know. I didn't hear that. But
that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
But I heard James Jones and I heard LaShawn McCoy out their mouth say what coach will call something, their quarterback will come in and say, we not finna run that shit. We not finna do that.
We work for everybody.
We finna do this.
Certain people can do that, certain people can't.
Franchise quarterback.
I guess.
I mean, but there's absolutely no way that Field. I personally think he played his last game though. Me personally, I think they should have been trading into Atlanta. We would have got a good pick. But moving right along, ESPN came out with its top 100 list. A lot of people did not like that, man. Did not like the list at all. Name 3 players you had an issue with and where they were ranked. Who want to kick it off?
Shit, you know that.
Shit, I kick it off. Zion at 28.
Oh shit.
Bro, how the fuck is you gonna scoop this injured motherfucker all the way over everybody in the league to put him at the 28? How the nerve of y'all cats who put this man up that high, man? This man ain't did shit.
You think that's too high?
Too goddamn high. Too goddamn. Let's be for real, man. The nigga been injured for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? The nigga damn near been injured for a decade.
Yeah.
I just can't put him at 28. It don't seem.
So where would you put him?
Shit, he got to be somewhere in like the 60s or 70s. Definitely another damn 28. You ain't been healthy. I don't even know what the fuck you can do. I really don't know what it is that you do no more because I ain't seen you play since you got drafted. The man's played a total of 20-something games since then.
So he's inconsistent.
Man, shit. Come on,
It's
man.
crazy. He's inconsistent. Crazy.
No, he injury prone. He ain't inconsistent.
Yeah,
he don't be having
and
motherfuckers. He
injured.
injury prone.
And injured.
No, the type of injuries that take
And
you out for
injured.
whole seasons. I don't
And
know.
injured.
Nobody even know what he injured.
And injured.
What
That's
he injured?
Crazy. That's crazy.
No one knows.
That's crazy.
I can pick a million different motherfuckers on this list. I feel like everybody is just shuffled around.
Who you got?
Man, I'm confused why Jaren Jackson Jr. is 28.
He just said, let's say Zion was 20.
Yeah, this shit guys Zion at 28.
Oh, what? Oh, man, I got fam at 28. Jaren Jackson, shit, I don't know why.
That's CBS.
Oh, see, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's ESPN.
Well, God damn it, I'm gonna need to see all this. Because they had this motherfucker over. Well, they got, okay, I'll start with
That's
Draymond
valid. Go
Green.
with it. Go with it.
Where's Draymond Green out on y'all list?
I don't
he's
have
at
the whole
30.
list. I just had who I had was over.
Right. They got.
Like, go with that.
Draymond Green.
Just go with that list. Go with that.
And I'm gonna go with this.
Mm.
Draymond Green at 30 is still too high to me right now.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah,
That's kind of wild to
I
me.
don't feel like he is a top 30 player anymore. I feel
Nah,
like
he
he's
a top 40.
Yeah, maybe 40.
He's a top 40
somewhere around
defender.
there. You know
Because
what
he's a
I'm saying?
defender. He
Yeah,
one of
defender.
the
He a
top defenders.
facilitator a little
That's
bit.
all he really do.
But like, yeah, there's nothing else. The scoring ain't there at all.
Yeah.
The shooting fell completely off the motherfucking whatever. I'm gonna have to say Draymond Green. I guess is my first one.
Draymond?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got an A+ in trash talking.
For
That's
me,
it.
I thought it was ridiculous to have John Morant at 35.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 26, 6, and 8 last season.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Stop judging his game. Don't judge his game. Don't judge what he do off the court. To have him at 35 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ja,
Too low, too high.
That's
too low.
Far too low. John Morant
John
is
nice.
he's an all NBA player.
Yeah, John
He
nice.
one of the top 15 best players in the league. Like, yeah, 26, 6, and 8. Like, yeah, bro, yeah, that's far too low. They judging what he did off the court. But who you got at number 2, Hendo?
They had Scoot Henderson at 83.
Mm.
This man ain't played a single NBA game yet, man.
Facts.
How you got this man on the top 100 for the year? He ain't played a single NBA game.
Facts.
This is absurd to me. How you better than niggas that have been playing 2-3 years already? That's a disrespect to anybody in the league right now. That's a shot. That is a shot. I'm sorry. I couldn't look at that right. I said, man, you had Scoot at 83?
He ain't got a jumper yet either.
We don't know what he can do.
I think he can be nice. I think he could be. Should be.
Potential's there.
Yeah, potential. Who you got?
All right, he's gonna run with some fellas. I'm pretty sure this is different from y'all list, but at 22, Anthony Edwards. I don't know where he gonna fall on y'all list.
I know you don't like that, man.
I give him a little bit over 30. I give him a little bit somewhere in around the 30.
I think that's
range.
fair.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's
don't
really
think,
fair.
I don't think the 20s, especially high 20s too, they gotta be 22. I'm not sure where you had on y'all
They was
list.
in the high 20s.
Yeah, I don't think that. What is he?
No.
He's not a great player to me. He's really good. He's athletic, but great players hit shots, jump shots, and make things happen
That's a fact.
when it count, when it matters most. And I've seen him disappear in these moments.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm not giving him the credit of a. Guys like Trey Young get zero credit. I've seen this motherfucker put niggas out the playoff. I've seen him on opposing floors and shit, looking at your home crowd, doing this shit to every
He went to the
motherfucking
Eastern
body,
Conference
young
Finals.
as hell. I'm saying this dude, man, the wrong guys are getting credit here. I'm looking at who the hell has an impact on the floor, and they doing shit that you can't stop. You know what I'm saying? And they
His
doing
shot
it
selection
in
is
moments. Okay, well, if we look at his stats, like we do Anthony Edwards, and you just throw out a lot of other shit.
I'm
his
just,
stats, he
I'm
get those
just,
assists with those points.
I like
Anthony
Ice
Edwards
Trae.
ain't getting assists with those points.
Yeah, no, I like Ice Trae.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
nice.
I mean, maybe his shot selection would be a little bit better if he had guys he can rely on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but that's a maturation thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Between
Yeah.
him and the team growing together, you know what I'm saying? To compete for like rings or some
He
shit.
never really had a true number
when
two.
you know, yeah, and when you know you ain't playing for a championship, it's hard to stay disciplined.
Nah, because it's like
Yeah,
with
it
Atlanta, it's hard with them sometimes because you can fall undisciplined with their play style because sometimes they fall into that run and gun style sometimes. And I feel like when they go into that, they feel like
that's a
I feel like
culture thing, though.
yeah, but I feel like
That's
they
a
so
culture.
heavy offense that they be giving up. That one time, you know, when they was getting into the playoffs, they was giving up just as many points as they was putting up on opponents and stuff.
They the new Knicks.
They just
Remember
can't
that
stop
one
them. You
coach-
put up points, you just can't stop nobody.
Remember when Fizdale or whatever his name is, that light-skinned coach quit? He was like, man, y'all keep giving me all these 6'9" motherfuckers. No, if you look at Atlanta squad, it's like a lot of 6'9",
A lot of wins.
6'10", yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, decide on 3 of these motherfuckers or 4 of these motherfuckers and let's move on, I guess. Like,
They be trying to find them two ways out of them tall niggas.
I had an
that shit
issue with
weird.
them having Kyrie at 34.
Ooh, that's
if you,
a slight.
If you can name me, if you can name me 34 players ahead of Kyrie, I would be impressed. But just to name a few players who they had in front of him, Lloyd Markinson.
Come on, dog.
that was my
Jazz.
next guy. I'm looking at him right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
a problem. Why is he so high?
Trae Young at number. Actually, I didn't write down, but I don't think Trae Young is better than Kyrie. Tyrese Halliburton, and then Karl Anthony Towns.
Not Carl Anthony.
Yeah, just to stop Kyrie. I mean, he's an elite scorer. He's proven to do it in the playoffs. I think having him at 34 was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a slight.
Final player, Hendo.
Man, they had Karl Anthony Towns at 23. Man, I can't accept that, bro.
Where would you put him?
Man, he a low end 30 on my book. I ain't gonna lie,
I
man.
knew it was gonna be something like that.
A low end 30, man. He hasn't done nothing, man. This dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. Every year, if I'm a Timberwolves fan, I'm just highly disappointed with man. Every year, man, because it ain't that he doesn't look like he doing enough. It don't seem like you getting no effort out, dog. Sometimes he want to sit here and shoot the three when they don't need you shooting the three. They got 4 other dudes on the team that shoot the three, but you want to be the center that shoot the most three, the best. No, we need you to bang and get rebounds. Why you think they had to go get Rudy? Why the hell you got a 6'10" motherfucker? You gotta go get a 7-foot motherfucker because the 6'10" motherfucker don't want to get rebounds. He want to shoot threes.
Because the 6'10" nigga can't jump. He's not athletic. He ain't fast.
So how the
and he's not
fuck
strong.
are you getting at
enough to be
23?
banging motherfucker. Because they trying
How
to say
are they
his skill
putting him
set,
at 23?
but his skill set ain't dope. It just ain't. When he was coming out of
That
college,
shit-
it was kind of
That shit was cool then, but that shit didn't translate well.
Jump, for real, you playing with men
You
now.
know who he is in football.
A
fraud.
No, in football time, you know who he is? Justin Herbert.
Is he?
No, seriously. If you look at
I feel like he doing my man Justin dirty.
I love Justin
Okay,
Herbert,
we keep
but if you look at him when he
You can't
first came
justify
in,
every bullshit comment you make by saying you love
That's
this
what he's trying to
person.
do. He's trying to circle on one bullshit.
I'm
I'm going to hear you out.
think about it. Justin Herbert, we were all enamored with how good he was, right? When he first came out, like, man, dude got an arm, woo. Still has an arm, still make great plays. But the issue we have with him is at crunch time. He makes horrible decisions in crunch time and just miss wide open people in crunch time. But he's always been the same guy. He can throw a 10-yard slant, he can throw a 70-yard goal. Every time it leaves his hand, it looks the exact same. So that's what I'm saying. He hasn't necessarily, he's been good. He's been really good the whole time he's been in the league. But he hasn't per se gotten better. Him getting better will be making those smart decisions in those crunch times. Same thing with Karl Anthony Towns. People forget he wasn't the number 1 pick just for the hell of it. He was number 1 overall pick. He came in, he been balling. He just hasn't gotten better. He still wants to be out there, like Hendo said, he still wants to be out there, shoot the three, prove people he's the greatest shooting big man ever, as opposed to him getting better would be, instead of you getting 23, you giving us 21, but then you giving us 21 and 12.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Like, where do you think where do you think will be the perfect fit for him to win the championship?
For him to win a championship?
Yeah, because I don't think there is one.
I
I don't feel like his skill set is warranted in the league.
Spot
He's
for
a
him.
dinosaur now. I feel like his skill set, we don't really even need in the league. He's not a post player in this there's no post game in this league anyway. A big dude who shoots threes.
He's talented. He's very talented. He can score. He can rebound, but we all know rebound is effort.
He looks sloppy, and he ain't a good passer when he started going into his move. Everybody know if he started putting that ball on the floor, come double team now because he about to take a shot.
The best spot for him would be Miami.
Yeah, a great ass team around him because he ain't gonna be the one that he will hit zero shots when they count.
Because they run a fly ball. They don't really use a real center.
It has nothing to do with. I appreciate it, but it has nothing to do with that. It's the culture.
That's what I said.
He needs. That's why him and Jimmy. That's why it works out perfect. You don't hear anybody in Miami saying Jimmy's a bad teammate. Because
that's why I didn't work with him and Jimmy in
that's
Minnesota.
Why. It would never work.
You think he will change if he go to Miami?
No. You know what team would work?
But that's
Golden
why
State. Because they don't get on niggas.
But that's why I said but that's why I said the best spot for him would be Miami because of that culture. Because he is talented. He can be a top 15 player in the league.
So you think they can make a better version of him?
If he was to buy in,
so you think he would buy in him and Jimmy?
No, I don't. But what I'm saying is, I feel like that would be the best for him. If he would put his ego to the side and be like, you want to know what? This is the best thing for me. Miami, I think, would get the most out of Karl Anthony Towns because we all know he's talented. Like the talent is there. He's always been talented. He just has never taken that next step. That's all I'm saying. But as far as where he would go to State, I think
Jimmy
would be a
would
great spot.
Let me rebuttal. I don't think it would work in Miami because we're asking.
No.
Just hear me out. I'm just rebutting. It's my time, my flow. They say, let me hold the stick.
All right, Steve A. Smith.
So what it is I don't think he can adapt to that type of culture. I don't think it's enabled for him because of how he plays and his mentality. That's why, i.e., it didn't really work with Jimmy because Jimmy tried to bring into that locker room and he started calling some cats out. And some of them cats was like, no, we not doing it. And they tattletaled on him. And they got Jimmy up out of there because Jimmy was too heavy of them. I don't think he can survive and attack because that's going to force him out mentally. Because I don't think he's mentally that strong, to be honest. And I'm not trying to shade on him, but some niggas got it up here and some don't. I don't think mentally that's what he wants to do. The reason why I say Golden State is because every big that I've ever seen go to Golden State, they live out their full dream as far as shooting a three. They had JaVale McGee shooting efficiently from the 3 line. They had Bogut out there hitting efficiently. I mean, Bogut was a good shooter, but efficiently from the 3 line. Guys that go there as big men turn out because that's a system they can work with because they run small ball where they don't really run a traditional center anymore. They put him in the corner and they use him to spread out. So when he does spread out, they let Wiggins, Curry, Clay attack the middle.
I don't see him providing championship quality buckets for any team on the championship run during that run.
Even the Lakers?
No one.
Even the Lakers?
No one.
The Lakers would love to have him.
No one.
A spread out foe?
What is he gonna do?
A spread foe.
And then you ask this for the same player to go back on the other end and guard somebody.
I mean, you gotta be
who the hell is he guarding, man?
No one really.
No one. He ain't guarding nobody. And what is he really doing on offense? I'm just saying. Motherfuckers ain't really giving the ball to people in the post and say, hey, go get a bucket no more.
Out of the 50-something games or something he played last year, he was averaging 20 and I believe 19 or 18. 20 points and 18-something rebound, averaging when he did play. So he does put up buckets. He spreads the floor. Any one of those teams I named could use a guy who could shoot like that.
He gets foul calls because he do all of that bumbling and stumbling
that's
in the
lane. That's part of getting to the line, but that's part of getting. We watched LeBron do it, be successful. We watched a lot of people do it and be successful.
What I'm trying to tell you is, look at James Harden. That shit only works for a certain amount of time. Either when the refs don't respect what you're doing,
it don't work in the playoffs.
Or your ass get old.
It don't work in the playoffs.
Exactly. And
it worked during the regular season.
In the playoffs.
Just not in the playoffs.
And in the playoffs. These are the moments, Jack, where that game of yours, Jack, it ain't gonna age well. even to the playoffs, it ain't gonna age well as far as your career. It just doesn't. He's not really effective when it matters.
He put up numbers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Any
First
team would
three-quarter
love to
guy.
have him.
23 and 11.
23 and 11.
Look up his fourth quarter stats then.
No,
He puts up numbers when he
first
but
three-quarter type player.
Any team, like I'm saying, if there's guys that are still picking up Andre Drummond, any team would love to have Cap because what he does is amazing, but he has to be able to be pushed to that limit, and I don't think physically and mentally he can be pushed to that limit. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
Some guys.
That's why I said Miami would be the best.
And I don't think he got it in him. That's why I said
No, I
just
know.
don't think he got it in him.
Only other star player I know that fouled out more than him is Jared Jackson Jr. I don't know no other star player that fouled out more than Cat Williams except Jared Jackson Jr. Boogie don't play no more.
Yeah, he does.
Who?
No, he don't play no more.
He's playing with the Nuggets.
No, he not.
Or no, not with the Nuggets. I mean,
He not playing no more.
He ain't got a job.
Yeah, he ain't playing no more. He actually just said he was going overseas. Russell Westbrook is who I had the most. I thought that was completely bonkers to have him at 94. That was
That's disrespectful.
to have the number of guys all through them 70s who they had above him, that has to be a slight because dog still has to be a dominant guy.
He averaged 16, 6, 7.5 assists.
No respect.
And was the leader of that Clippers team most nights. Also, if you name a few guys who they put ahead of him, Mike Conley, Emmanuel Quigley, Josh Hart,
I can't say that.
and Buddy Hield.
They had Josh Hart high though.
No,
they had him.
They had him at like 96.
That's ridiculous.
That's too high.
92.
Desmond Bain needs to be spoken for because ain't nobody saying how dope this dude is.
He was honorable mention.
Desmond Bain?
Yeah.
Because
he was honorable mention. He was like 103.
What? Not Desmond Bain.
No,
I thought they had did somebody kind of shady. They had dog at honorable mention.
Got him at like 40 to 44.
Yeah, Desmond Bain, nice.
You know what I'm saying?
He's the second best player on that team.
I'm trying to tell you, but he don't get. That's kind of questionable just because of Jared Jackson.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Jared Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the defensive player of the year.
But the reason why I say that, when you look at Bain, what he did last year in the playoffs against the Lakers, he was the best player on
I
that.
just seen him the other night fucking the Milwaukee Bucks up.
Yeah, he's nice.
This dude is just too nice, though, man. At some point in time, we got to start talking about how his game has evolved. He ain't the same motherfucker from 2-3 years ago.
That's what I mean. With Karl Anthony Towns, you have guys who, like, he's been consistently good.
Oh, like Justin Fields.
Yeah. Well, no.
I'm trying to fuck it up.
No, you ain't gonna get me with that.
Shit, you almost win. I
almost went to trade him a few weeks ago. That's why I motherfucking went. Sent him to Atlanta. Atlanta's always been about
It's not sounding
offense.
like such a bad idea at this point.
I'm telling you, if we could have got a first round. Now we're gonna get a third round for him.
Our whole year would just be down the trash, though. If we just sent that nigga there right there, though.
Yeah.
What are we looking at for the rest of the year?
Yeah, that's what I want. Get these picks.
Yeah, white boy will come in for quarterback for us and win all them games. You just gonna work against you somehow.
Badgett.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, Badgett. Yeah.
Baguette.
Baguette. Yeah, Baguette.
Okay,
Yeah, bring him in, yes. Bring him in.
This is why we question your fandom.
Why? Because I'm real?
That's what you want to call it?
Yeah, bro. I'm sick of losing, man.
So it sounds like you're trying to lose more.
Yes. You gotta break some eggs to make an omelet.
You do.
You gotta break some eggs. Fields just happened to be a little brown egg. He a little organic egg.
I feel like you ain't giving that man his just due. You know what I'm saying? Because you look into the future so much. What if Caleb come out and he have a rough first 3 years? Will you be ready to move on from him so fast to the next new shiny thing?
Yes.
This is why you can't be the GM.
Yes.
You're a horrible GM.
No.
When you say culture with Miami and you think culture with Golden State, they got like a farming system when it comes to developing players in the way that they play, getting them comfortable with our style of ball. And you aren't giving these guys the benefit of the doubt that they can do that at any point in time if you just keep interchanging motherfuckers.
I'm giving them 3-4 years. That's plenty of time.
It can't. How long it take Gino? How many chances did
Gino's an outlier, and you
how
and I
many
both
chances
know
did
that.
dude down in Tampa Bay get?
Who?
What's his name? Baker Mayfield. How many chances
He's
he
not
had?
a, no,
If
he's
the
not
white
a,
boys
he's
get a
not
million
a,
chances,
You know
this
what?
nigga's still a starter.
He not a
He don't like his
franchise.
You know why
15
Geno started
team.
looking good? When Geno got a number one with Metcalf, that's when Geno started looking good. So having a number one is a highly regarded
His
thing.
game got better though. If you look
He
at him,
did,
he's
but
an
he also
accurate-
got a true number one. Metcalf is only like what, 1 billion feet tall. This man looked like he do professional body wrestling. Like, come on, man, this man's huge. He big as fuck.
Geno is actually
Pause.
straight now. If that nigga could just take a regular sack instead of running back 30 fucking yards.
Geno
You know what I'm
still,
saying? Geno would be okay. He's very
Geno
accurate
still
with the
do
ball
Geno
now.
shit. He just got a true number one, and a coach that
He's
really
way
fuck
more
with him,
accurate with
and
the ball.
and a better
and his
line,
timing.
and a better line than what he had when he
can't
played for the
see
Jets.
around him. He can't see where the pressure is coming from.
Clearly.
That's Geno's only
He
problem.
made it to a Pro Bowl.
This year,
He made it to a
can't
Pro Bowl.
see. If you watch them damn Seattle games, he can't see the pressure. He can't feel it.
Hey,
He don't know when to step up in the pocket, step to the left or the right.
He's
just
out
taking
there.
sack after
He's
sack.
Hey, he out there doing him. That's what Geno do, man. He can take
That
them hits,
motherfucker's
man.
completing the shit off some passes. Downfield and everything. Accurate as a bitch. I'm trying to tell you, I'm watching these games, dog. Geno was actually okay.
But he always been like that. Geno was never really a bad quarterback. He's
Yeah,
just
he
on
was.
the Jets.
He
No, he
was
wasn't.
Yeah,
He
he
was on the
was.
Jets,
He's a
bro.
horrible quarterback.
He
He
was
never, man. He never had a real number one. They O line was
The
terrible.
Jets, he had
But
two
the-
dudes.
Having a
The
number
white
one-
dude
Yes, he
and
did.
Marshall came back there, I think.
And he had Percy
two.
Harvin. He had Percy Harvin, bro.
That nigga was, he wasn't in his prime, bro. He was already came off. They got him to the low because he was having all the concussions with the Vikings. He wasn't even playing really. He was in and out. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is the same Percy Harvin that was inconsistent with the Vikings. That's how they got him. How do you think the Jets acquired Percy
That
Harvin?
nigga, he was a walking concussion.
All he did, boy, he
Straight up.
thought too hard, he might get concussed.
Nah,
Yeah.
The nigga got off the bus and was concussed.
He was good when
That's
he
fucked up because
played.
he was cold as a bitch.
Right, and
Just
that's
straight up.
when he played.
Percy
But
Harvin
if you,
was underrated.
he
cold
was
as hell.
when he played.
Yeah.
But that nigga would sit out and he'd be ruled to come in and it'd be like game time. Oh, Percy Harvin out. Percy Harvin out. Start the game. He out with another concussion. I'm
And
just
he had
saying.
Brandon Marshall.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
Brandon Marshall. Eric
Brandon,
Decker.
age.
Yeah,
So he
Brandon
had
Marshall and Decker.
He balled.
he had an age Decker.
No.
Well, no, Decker
balled,
was
bro.
getting
He had,
it in.
Bro, Decker ball. 80
Yeah.
receptions for 1,000 yards.
He was coming down.
Brandon
Marshall
Marshall.
Falk was aged, and then he had an
I
already
think
in and
Decker
out
won
Harvard.
a Super Bowl after that.
Yeah.
He won with the Broncos
Brandon
after that,
Marshall
so
had
he was still
1,500
good.
yards. Geno got benched for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I was about to say Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick let that shit
And
go.
that was the only year he got that many games played. Because
Yeah.
actually he was a nigga who just came in for a couple
Yeah,
games, he
Geno-
was
Geno
good,
was
then he
not-
wore
Geno
off,
was
and
not
then
good,
really
bro.
came back. He
Just like
actually got
every
some
team he
run
played,
that
bro.
year. Yep.
That's a
Fitzpatrick got some run.
that's an aberration. But no, bro, that's how
Because they could've
I
put Geno
feel.
back in.
You know, in my opinion, you know when you have a franchise quarterback. Can a guy sit a year, 2 years behind somebody? Cool. Like I have no issues with that. But I need to see in that first year that you've learned something. You know what I'm saying? But if Justin Fields, if you're a rookie, by your second season, bro, that's when everybody kind of can tell like the type of quarterback you're gonna be. Geno Smith is an outlier. There are very few guys who have done. I can't think of honestly anybody
Nobody.
that's done what
But you
Geno
don't
is
get that
doing.
many. Yeah, you don't get that many.
You don't normally get that many
Black.
chances.
I was like, how's this happening?
So that's all I'm saying. You
But
know
to
when
be
you
fair-
have the guy.
But to be fair,
And Justin Fields doesn't, because we have weapons.
it's rough to see these transactions because we count a year from there, sitting kind of in and out, right? And then we also get a year where I feel like, you know, they didn't really game plan for this man. You know what I'm saying? There was a year he was really like a bombshell, and I don't really like look at that year like that was because I feel like he kind of got pushed in. He didn't really have time to prep. The plays weren't drawing for him. I went to the very first game and seen what happened. The plays just never really been for this man. It's very rare that you see a coach come in here and you have so many coach shuffles like this. That's all I'm saying with him. You got this play style to this play style. It's difference in there. We never really give dog. I mean, there's some things you can pick up. I agree. But man, when you switch these play styles and stuff, like, where's the learning groove is all I'm asking. Where's the learning groove for that? Like, I don't feel like we give Buddy enough chance. It's very rare that you see a young quarterback go through so many coaches like that real quick like this and have to learn 2 different play styles. That's all.
Justin Herbert has been through 3, and he's still throwing for 4,000 yards.
But like I said though, that's all
Joe
good,
Burrow.
and that's all good. That's
Harbaugh,
all good and gravy, and I get where you're going like that. And basically, all you're telling me is Justin Herbert is the brand new Phillip Rivers. He'll throw for all these yards. He'll do all this shit because Phillip Rivers was another guy who could throw for 400 yards in a game and still find a way to fucking lose. And still do all that. And he's like, what, number 6 or number 8, like on an all-time passing league? But he has 1-0. We're talking about guys.
I'm going to get off my guy, Justin.
No, I'm just saying, but we talking about guys who throwing well but not winning stuff. The whole object of the game is to win. All right? Nobody comes into these seasons to have even 500 seasons. Nobody comes here to have a .67 season. Everybody comes in to win. But yet we're going to have these teams. We're going to have teams.
Let him tell it he wants the Bears to lose every game so we can get Caleb. So I'm not sure if everybody is coming to win these games.
No, the rest of the year, I want us to lose every fucking game the rest of the year. Yeah.
Rest my case.
I have no issue saying that. Like, because bro, it's okay. Just makes you a horrible person. We're such a bad team, bro. Like, we're such a bad team. We need so much. We need a new coach, right? We need offensive lines, like offense and D. Both our lines are not great, right? We need so much. First thing everybody need, and you're absolutely right what you're saying about Herbert and not win anything. But my question to you would be is, would you rather have a quarterback that's giving you a chance to win or a quarterback that's not giving you a chance to win? Would you rather have a quarterback that's throwing 4,500 yards and we know he can at least make those throws, or would you rather have a guy that's inconsistent? He can be athletic, but then, that's going to lead to him being injured, and he's never threw for 2,500 yards in 4 years.
It's the same outcome in the end.
That's not.
No,
what
it's
I'm
not.
Asking.
It's the same outcome in the end.
But it really
if
is.
You get your
level of confidence,
that's all I'm saying.
Okay, and I get that, I understand what you're asking me, but it's all the same in the end. Is what I'm trying to say. If it's not translating, you can throw for all these yards. If it's not translating to wins, division titles, conference championships, and stuff like that,
we can throw for 4,000 yards.
But if we
can build around you and get you the pieces and be sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Move forward.
That's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, what if we know you can do that, but the pieces just ain't there right now? We allude to a lot of other teams that's losing,
style of play.
But we talk about all these other teams that are losing, but these teams that are 2 and 3 and stuff like this that we talk about also have stellar defense. We talk about this Charger team, and they got Bosa and fucking Mac on both sides. Mac's having
that defense
horrible
is
defense.
But they have one of the fiercest front four. The corners don't matter, but as far as getting
horrible, fam.
As far as keeping pressure on the ball, but is it worse than the Bears?
No,
maybe.
No.
Maybe the Chargers defense.
No.
I see them giving it up. They let me score.
No, I'm telling you, they're not. We're second to last.
That's what I'm saying.
Behind the Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah, we're horrible, bro.
Hey man, whatever. It's all the same when you're losing that. They're all horrible. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like, if it's not, my whole thing is like, even though he's throwing
Jared
good,
Goff is doing nice in Detroit and was looking, you know what I'm saying, and with the Rams, it's looking like, we gotta get rid of him. We can't win a Super Bowl with him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
But they had just got to the Super Bowl with him.
Exactly.
But
that's true. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
The thing about Jared Goff is, he can make the throw if you can give him certain time. And what the thing about them, you have to
That's my point.
But the thing about Stafford was Stafford takes some deep shots that Jared Goff doesn't take. That was the difference. Jared Goff now feels comfortable without taking more deep shots. But even if you watch these Rams games, he doesn't take a shit ton of deep throws. That's just not his game. Where the Rams, they needed those deep shots, and that's what Matt Stafford could bring. That's why it worked out. The thing where I keep saying is that we allude to is like a lot of these guys, I still say about that old line, bro. I always bring that up. If your old line is trash, it's just, but I'm saying, we always talk about this. We just don't have a real old line. We've literally been shuffling 16 guys for the last 3 or 4 years at that old line. And if you can't get no consistency there, you can't do shit. That's all that I'm saying.
But that's a fallacy though, because you have guys who don't have good offensive lines who still ball. Patrick Mahomes. You look at Joe Burrow. You look at Trevor Lawrence. You look at down there in gosh, I can't think of his freaking name. The Miami Dolphins. Tua doesn't have a great offensive line.
Like that offense is different though.
I get that. I totally get that. But that's coaching, and I've already said we need another coach. I totally agree with that. But I'm also still saying that like you cannot have a good offensive line, and there's ways to mask that. Now I'm not putting it all on Justin, but a lot like numbers don't lie, bro. Like, and I understand what you're saying about having a number one,
but numbers can be deceiving.
They can't.
But numbers can be. They don't lie, but they can.
You say we need a coach, but what if the next coach comes in and wants to run a Justin Fields type of offense, where it's like Philadelphia style, and he sure up the offensive line, and now you got a guy like this running behind it. You know what I'm saying? With a good efficient running game.
That's what I'm saying. Right, it's up to the next coach.
Yeah, the next coach, if that guy comes in with a strategy that caters towards his style of play, then I mean, we'd be a fool to just get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? If you can just draft the next guy anyway and have a deep ass quarterback room,
to me that makes. I understand what you're saying, but then that to me that doesn't make sense because we're gonna have to pay him.
We got when do we have to pay Justin Fields?
It will be next year, if I'm not mistaken.
So the beginning of next year.
So what it be? If we be picking up his 5th year option. Okay.
At the beginning of the year.
Yes. Yeah. All right. We'd have to pay him. So what it is picking up the 5th year option. You can extend it. Now this can be renegotiated and they can be restructured. All right. Everybody always talks about picking up. This shit can be restructured. All right, we can come in there and be like, look, we can act like we don't want to and then sign him for 1 year. The Packers literally just did that with Jordan Love. They literally deaded this man's contract, then redrafted him or re-signed him for some lesser and a bigger bonus type. You can do whatever on this contract is what I'm saying. So having him around for a style that might fit or don't want to send Caleb Williams to the Wolves, immediately just have Justin Fields run the offense. Those are our options. That's what I think sometimes, to be honest, to be realistic.
If it could work where they're in the same room, I wouldn't be so quick to give up on Fields just because I don't know what Caleb is in the NFL. While we over here acting like he is sure bet, I've seen him look human out there a couple times. I'm not sure what the fuck he's going to do against grown men. You know what I'm saying, playing this game to feed their family.
Yeah, because his last game wasn't his best game, I'll tell you that.
It was worse. He's had the worst game since he had since high school.
Yep.
Yeah, in 3 years. So yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah. Where you have one bad game in 3 years, and he's their entire offense. If you watch that USC team, he's LeBron on USC. He is their entire offense. If he has a horrible game, they have no chance of winning. So, but yeah, man, I say, man, we can talk about Justin Fields all day long, man.
That's the job you're doing.
Hey, it is what it is. I think we're going to have to talk about when we're going to save that for next week. But we are going to get on with them uniforms, man. The NBA season is right around the corner. Actually, check us out next week. Like and subscribe, man, if y'all out there watching, man. Old Head Sports Podcast. Also, see Hendo on YouTube. But next week, we're going to do our NBA review. Chill. With the NBA season right around the corner, and many new NBA teams introducing their city jerseys. Name 3 uniforms you would like to see teams bring back. Who want to kick it off?
I'm going to Denver Nuggets, man, with that.
I already knew you was going to say that.
Yeah.
I already knew you was going to say that.
You know what I'm saying? Little city on top. Yeah, I'm rocking with them, man. Bring them off this bay.
I ain't mad at you. What you got, Hendo?
Bring back them old Grizzly jerseys, the old almost Vancouver, but just throw that Memphis over it with the big Grizzly sign on, the actual bear on it. That was probably one of the dopest jerseys they had out, man. That Vancouver one. They can put Memphis over there and take the Vancouver off, but that was probably one of their better jerseys.
For me, I went with the 84, 85 Bulls, the red road jerseys with the Chicago in cursive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah,
Mike
that
had
was definitely on my list.
Yeah,
You know what
Mike
I'm
had
saying?
the earring and
That
the
was
gold
definitely on my
chains.
list. I like that.
Yeah, with that cursive.
Yeah, you know what I will say though, because I seen like a hypothetical joint. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they ever came out with them, but the Chicago White Sox Bulls jersey,
That was hard.
where they was silver, they was
Yeah.
gray with the black.
Yeah, that
you know what I'm
was
saying?
hard.
Chicago in cursive. That would be fire.
Yeah, that was
But
hard.
yeah,
Number
man,
two.
I'd say the motherfucking Chicago Bull pinstripes.
I like
Just
that.
because, you know what I'm saying, if the team is winning, you don't want to see no losers, the pinstripes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same point in time, though, when they came out with the motherfuckers, everybody
That was
was,
hard.
I wasn't even the biggest fan of them, but everybody was fucking with them jerseys. So
Them black and red
The
ones,
black
yeah.
and red ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to hand over number 2 jersey you'd like to see bring back.
Them purple Toronto jerseys with the actual Raptor on them, man. Them shits was hard, man. Purple joints.
The Barney joint.
Yeah, man. That was probably one of them the hardest jerseys out at that time, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
I got the Vince Carter one.
Yup.
And motherfucking it's a spot. Shout out to Century Fashions in Chicago. All the Bears, the Bulls players, they go there. They go up to a size 86
Oh, wow.
in the waist. It's a big man shop. And anyway, I went in there and they had all the jerseys, and I saw that one. And I'm waiting in line with it, and dude looked, he was like, "Where you found that at?" I'm like, "It was right over there." He's like, "I ain't gonna lie, you got the coldest one." I'm like, "Appreciate it, bro." But yeah, that's a dope look. I actually went with the Atlanta Hawks, that 94, that 95, 99 away jerseys. The black, the black ones with the big hawk on the front.
The Hawk,
Yeah, I love those. Mutombo had that joint on.
I like the other Hawks joint with Dominique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The red and spelled well with the Hawks.
That was dope too. I had that. I ended up throwing it away. It got soiled. I had a Dominique. Yeah, it got soiled because it was a long story, bro. I had a whale underneath and living in Wisconsin. Last and final jersey, man.
OKC should bring out them Seattle Supersonic jerseys one time. Just make it the OKC Supersonics one time.
He needs to bring,
That was my last pick.
Yeah.
It was this one, that jersey right there.
Was that the Supersonic one?
Supersonic.
Yeah.
I like the one that got the Sonic cross.
Yeah.
Bring the Sonics
Them
back.
bitches was hard.
Yeah,
Bring them back,
man.
man. Bring them
I
niggas
fuck
back,
with,
man.
Bring the whole team back, man.
Yeah.
Bring the Sonics back, man.
Yeah.
I used to love that team. Final jersey for me, I would love to see bring back. It's the Milwaukee Bucks, the Stag alternate jersey.
The green one or
The
purple one?
the green one.
I
The
like
one they
that.
wore from 95 to 99.
Lynn Robinson and all them.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Big dog.
And then
Yeah,
just another one I forgot, that New Jersey Nets one, the light blue one.
Yeah, that was
With
at
Derek
Nets, too.
Coleman.
Yeah,
That was
Derek Coleman.
crazy. That
Okay.
was the crazy one. But next week we're actually we're running a little short on time today. We got in our tangent on Justin Fields as always, and we're gonna be talking about Wemby having a better rookie year than Tim Duncan. So we're gonna save that for next week. We're actually gonna jump right into our duos. We got a special thing. It's almost impossible to win a championship today in the NBA with just having one superstar. Can you guys name, y'all at that too, let us know, name 5 NBA duos really quickly that you would have liked to see, you know what I'm saying, stay together. So, Hendo, number 5, who you got?
Paul George and Hibbert.
Huh.
What the
I was
Man.
not expecting that.
The reason I say that is because if they would have slid past the Cleveland Cavaliers, that shit would have been open for them that year. And it was LeBron and them that took them out. They had a solid team. And if you really go back and look at it, if they would have slid past LeBron and them, it'd been a wrap. I'm telling you, they would have pulled one. That was the best of Paul George. That was the best of Paul George. And everybody forget, Hibbert was down there. He was doing what AD was doing. He was getting numbers and blocks.
He wasn't doing
He wasn't doing it in the playoffs. He was doing the regular season. He got in the playoffs. They got his ass beat up. No, but when he came out that year, that was his best year. He was averaging big numbers and he was doing the playoff. They lost a good game. They would have stayed together. They would have kept that little Indiana team. Because remember who was on that team? Victor Oladipo, a whole host. Man, they would have won some shit.
I'm Oladipo on that team.
Nigga, they lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron.
No, no, I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure Oladipo wasn't on that team.
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Hibbert? Okay.
I think they was gonna win.
Hibbert.
If they would have slid, hey, if Dog wouldn't have been pumping
I'm just
Dog,
as perplexed.
if Dude wasn't pumping Dog wife, and Dog would have had his mind
That's
right,
the
and they
only
would no,
time
and
we
they would have
should
slid, and they would have slid by it. They was over there. Hey, I'm telling you,
And that's the only way his
It
name
was
is
him,
ever
David
got mentioned
West.
on this
That's
show
all.
ever.
All right.
And that's wrong too.
Yeah.
But that's the only way we should have ever mentioned that man's name on this
his
show.
All-Star season. You my nigga, Hendo.
hey,
He averaged 12.8 points, 3 fouls, 1.7 assists, 2 blocks, and
that was his All-Star year. That was his best year over there, huh?
8.8 rebounds.
12 and 8 or 12
Hey.
and 9.
When they was playing motherfuckers in the playoffs, hard, he was looking different. And like I said, they would have made it past LeBron and them. I think they should have kept that together.
I mean, at least they were in contention for championships.
They
Some-
were. I don't know why y'all. He's
I
like
got
a
a
team to be
duo
on
on
some
here.
funny shit, but like real talk, if them niggas would have
I
stuck
got a-
together, they would have had something. They just broke up quick.
I got a duo that didn't win shit, so that didn't go far at all. So
I don't know, bro. He one year in the playoffs, he averaged 17. He averaged 17 and 10.
To average that in the playoffs, I mean, all right, man. I guess we looking at a different performance, but like I said, when it came down to prime time, and they would have slid by LeBron and them, they would have been trouble for some people going forward. And they would have kept that team together, they'd have been equally as trouble.
maybe, I don't know. I'm going with
You're right. That's what I said. You'll never know. They broke up.
I'm going with Vincent T. Mack.
I like that.
I'm going with Vincent T.
Absolutely.
Mack.
Absolutely.
That was fun to watch for him.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Mini version of Mike and Kobe. Number 5, Derek Coleman and Kenny Anderson. Their best year, DC put up 2011, 3 and a steal. 2011, 3 steal, 1.8 blocks. Kenny Anderson gave you 18, 10, and 2.
God damn.
Yeah, dog. Number 4, who you got him though?
Kyle Lowry and DeMar Rosen.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sad seeing them niggas break up. Almost as sad as seeing Perkins cry when he left the Celtics.
I mean, shit, you know he wasn't going to do shit after that. That's why. The future was going downhill. I ain't going to win nothing.
Never want to see that man cry. I ain't even see it. I just heard about it. I was still scared.
Stone nice though. The son, Stone nice.
I said, not him,
Shit, man.
He wasn't.
I'm
You
gonna
can't shout out school
go
too. That's crazy.
Dirk and Steve Nash.
I like that.
Dirk and Steve Nash.
I was thinking about them too.
Definitely.
Number 4 for me, it could have actually went higher. It was Garnett and Marbury. Garnett 17, 8, 3, 2.1 blocks. Marbury 17, 8, 1.3 steals.
I thought about them.
Yeah, dogs. Number 3, who you got, Hendo?
KD and Westbrook.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I didn't even think about that. It
Yeah,
was
I
my
did.
niggas.
I did.
Didn't even
That's
cross
number
my
one
mind.
looking ass.
I tried to get with you. I guess they didn't win. I needed. But yeah. Go ahead. Who you got?
I got Shaq and Penny, man.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
For this dumb shit thing.
Number 3 for me, a lot of people forget Jason Kidd and Jamal Mashburn.
I don't forget that. I remember that
Kidd,
shit.
16, 10, 7 and 2 steals. Mashburn that season, 23, 5 and 3.
I was with the Mavericks.
Yep.
Honestly,
Yeah.
man. But they was more like a trio though, wasn't they, with Jimmy
JJ.
Jackson?
JJ never lived up to his potential. He seemed like he
That's
got
true.
hurt.
But they all three of it was like a
Ugh. That's what they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Who you got, Hendo? Number 2 all time duo you like to sing and say together?
Dame and CJ McCollum.
Ooh. Okay.
They was a nice duo.
Okay.
They was a nice duo. They could put up points by themselves.
Okay.
Hey man, I'm gonna say Brian and Kyrie, man.
That's the dagger right there, yeah.
Kyrie.
They've been trying to get back together ever since.
Yeah. I thought about them, but I wanted to pick duos who didn't win anything. So I thought that was my logic. Number 2, I went with Shaq and Penny. 27, 11 and 3, 2 blocks for Shaq. Penny was averaging 22, 7 and 2 steals. So that was my number 2. Number 1 duo, Hendo, you would like to see stay together.
Jimmy Butler and D Rose.
Oh wow.
That'd been tough.
Oh wow. Yeah, because Jimmy was just trying to become asshole Jimmy. So I like to call my nigga.
He's a baller.
Oh yeah, I love
buckets.
him. All of
Them two
fame.
motherfuckers been getting buckets.
Yeah.
Though.
Because what he gave you 50, what, in one half? Think pretty sure he had 50 and a half.
Who?
Jimmy.
In a half.
I want to say he had 50 and a half, bro.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah,
'Cause I know Clay was a nigga that did something like that.
that's in one quarter. That nigga so cold.
No, he put up that in a quarter and then that in a half too. He put up something ugly in a half. Like, oh my god, they had to like sit the nigga down.
Yeah, that motherfucker can get so hot. He ain't looking like the old Clay though.
I don't think he was all the way recovered though. I think now you give him this whole little off season coming in. I think we'll see. We may be able to make a better determination in these first 3 months.
I seen him play the other night. Him and stuff, they was getting locked up by San Antonio.
I
Them
mean,
motherfuckers was like a combined like 5 for like 30 or some shit. Locked up like
but
that.
I don't think they was. I think they was just kind of going through the motion on some of them games though too. I ain't gonna act like.
Man.
I think some cats was taking it a little bit more serious than other
Clay ain't
cats.
got his feet up under him the way he used to.
You think that injury fucked him up?
You know what I'm saying? He used to just be a wide base, sturdy motherfucker. Now his feet just look flimsy, like he, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If your legs and your lower extremities ever been hurt like that, man, like, you know what I'm saying? You may
You
not
said they just don't look solid no more.
Yeah, 40 and a half.
40 and a half, okay.
40 and a half,
Okay.
not 50. He ended up with 40, 42, something like that.
Yeah, he put that up in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He put something like that up in the playoffs too.
Yeah, because I remember watching that game. He had a horrible first half.
That,
And he had 42. Yeah, he ended up with
that
42.
story started off great, and then it kind of tapered off towards the end. He had 2 points in the second half after
Yeah, he
dropping
finished
40.
with 40. He finished with 42, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds.
I hope they blew that team out and he had to play no more.
It was like a close game.
No, 112, 111.
Yeah, it was a close game.
Oh, wow.
That was a playoff game, wasn't it?
Yep. No, I wasn't playoff.
You should. Oh man, Log had like a similar performance like that in the playoffs. He damn near put up like 35, 38.
Yeah, no, he's had a couple of 50 points. Yeah, he balled.
Oh,
Shit,
nice.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, Hall of Fame. He Hall of Fame. Number one group from. Did you say your number one duo?
Mhm.
Who's your number one duo?
I didn't know the winning was part of it, or the non-winning part was part
No,
of the criteria.
that was just for
Right.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to say D Wade and LeBron, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just I knew that was the show the second they got together. I knew it was gonna be Live City before the boys ever said that shit with the Clippers.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
fun.
sure.
Man. Yeah, that was D Wade and that shit was fun.
Damn near illegal.
Yeah, damn.
Why
Yeah.
they finessed that shit?
Number one for me is a group that's a little weird group that never got together, but they would have been, I think, a great duo. Lamb Bias and Reggie Lewis.
Oh shit, yeah.
Lamb Bias. And
I seen
Reggie
a
Lewis.
picture of that shit the other day.
Lamb Bias was the second overall pick in '86. Reggie Lewis was the 22nd overall pick in '87. I believe the only player ever to block Michael Jordan blocked the shot 4 or 5 times in a game.
Who's that? Reggie Lewis?
Reggie Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reggie could play. Underrated.
Reggie could go.
You put him with Len Bias, yeah, he definitely was about to win a ring at some point in time.
Yeah. Bird now was getting old. That would have helped. Yeah, that would have been fun, bro. I've seen him too. But 10 questions this week, man. Which player is harder to stop when they get hot in the NBA? So I named 20 players. Y'all tell me which player you think would be hard to stop once they get hot. Y'all also, man, stop being dusty, man. Like and subscribe to the page, man. I see y'all out there. If I see y'all at the bar tonight and I ask you follow old heads and you show me on your phone that you ain't like, slapping the shit out of you. Okay? I'm letting you know on that ass, okay? So like and subscribe, man. Old Head Sports Podcast. C Hendo. YouTube. Alright? CEEHENDO, man. Like and subscribe, man. Stop being dusty. 10 questions, man. Hendo, hard to stop once they get going. Number 10, David Thompson versus Dominique Wilkins.
Shit, I'm gonna go with David Thompson on that one. Dog was
Easily Dave Thompson.
yeah, dog was
Dave
something.
Thompson.
Once he got going, you don't know what it was gonna happen. Dog.
Scoring
You
machine.
don't know what you're gonna happen. Like, man, I'm done, man.
And he went shit with like 6'4", 6'5", which is crazy, bro.
Put 70 on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 60, 70 on you.
So you easily over Dominique?
Yeah. I'm not gonna have that.
Really?
Yeah. The way he was dunking that ball on motherfuckers too, man. It was like a young Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan.
Well, that's who Jordan had in his game. Skywalker. A lot of people.
I mean, he was saying it with his chest. He getting in the air before you getting in the air. He beating you to the rim. It was ugly, dog.
I would have loved to see him in today's game.
Yeah.
Okay. David Thompson. Okay, okay, shit, I guess. I don't know. Dominique, nice, bro. I'm surprised y'all that easy.
No, he nice, but David Thompson was something serious, though, man.
I ain't never seen Dominique. I seen Dominique drop 40. I ain't never seen him dropping 50 and 60.
Dominique, it was a lot of years when Mike was first and Dominique was second in the league in scoring.
Yeah, around 30 a game.
Yeah.
But it's a difference between what your highest score
is.
I
know
right,
what you're saying. I get it.
I
Okay.
ain't never seen Dominique hit that. I call Kobe Bryant 81.
No,
I call him
that.
81.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I call
That's
him.
an amazing achievement to be able to do that in 4 quarters.
He's phenomenal. That's why I put 2 ones behind his name, because he's that good.
Deep dish pizza, man. Deep dish pizza. Whenever this dude say so crazy, I question every way he think about anything, because he's from Chicago and do not partake in deep dish pizza. It's un-American.
You need a knife and a fork, B. I'm good.
You really don't.
I know you don't, but still, I don't.
You really
it ain't
don't.
my thing. I used to like it. Pause.
That's tough.
Number 9, James Harden, the beard, versus George Gervin.
Hardest time when they get hot. Shit. I'm gonna go with Harden on that, man. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. When that motherfucker let that ball fly, he let that ball fly. Gervin's amazing in the paint, but when it come down to dropping straight chops and collecting knees, Harden go ahead and Harden putting them up. I'm sorry. On his best game, he airing that shit out. I've seen it.
Harden and George Gervin, Harden to stop once they get going.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with George Gervin, man.
George Iceman.
I gotta go with the Iceman, dog. Like, I seen him score more points than James. It's the same thing where it's like I seen him get hotter. You know what I'm saying? I seen him score more, and I seen him doing it less from just shooting. He could shoot like a motherfucker, but that motherfucker will beat you to the rack in so many ways. It was so smooth doing it. Him getting hot is probably more embarrassing because he probably gonna be finger rolling you from the free throw line, all type of shit. This nigga's nowhere near the rim, and this motherfucker is letting it go and shit. Man, I'm gonna go with Iceman.
Iceman?
I gotta go Iceman. Getting hot.
I don't know, man. For me, it was tough because the thing with Harden is he's such a good passer. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing you gotta.
So when they get hot, okay. So
you know what I'm saying? That's another thing
okay.
I'm factoring offensively all together. You know what I'm saying? Because he already got the 3 ball. He can drive. You know what I'm saying? So now you collapse and he throw that bitch off. So
Okay.
that's why he got 50-point triple doubles. You know what I'm saying? So I would probably lean towards Gervin, but it's not as open and shut case, I would say, because Harden can do everything offensively. Number 8, Hendo, hard to stop once they get going. I'm interested to see what y'all say. LeBron versus Carmelo, hard to stop once they get going. Offensively.
Shit, I want to go with LeBron. I don't see too many people can stay in front of LeBron when he get charged up and get the going. And it just comes to like stay in front of him. Like when LeBron put his head down and run out and go right back in and bulldoze through everybody, nobody can stay in front of him. That's the thing that got him. That's the thing that Carmelo couldn't do. He never had that. Like he could shoot, but he never had that bulldozing move and finish. Like he could, but
definitely a bully. And if you listen to anybody talk about that nigga,
in the paint, he had the shots.
He's the nigga to have to guard because you gonna feel this nigga the next day.
I believe that, but LeBron putting weight on motherfuckers though. He coming through a little tough.
He gotta be LeBron simply because of the facilitating too. If we talking about the assistant shit,
I mean that's how I mean once you get hot. I mean,
but then when we talking about a motherfucker scoring like points in a row, see, I'm looking at straight accolades. Those other guys scored a lot. LeBron ain't a high scorer like that, but I seen him drop 20-something in a row against the Detroit Pistons in the playoff. I never seen Melo do that. Maybe he has, but I never seen him dropping 20 points in a row for his team. You know what I'm saying? At any given moment, let alone in the playoff game, I gotta go LeBron James.
LeBron.
I gotta go LeBron though.
I'm gonna go Carmelo, just cause Carmelo can do it. Just cause Carmelo has a wider offensive array of moves. I feel like once Carmelo get going, he gets you with that jab. He can hit you from the three. I've always thought Carmelo wasn't much better. I wouldn't say much better, but I always felt he was a better offensive player than LeBron, in my opinion. I feel like Carmelo should have been just as good as LeBron on the boards and, defensively, but that all come with effort. But he also had to play a different role for his team. But yeah, I would go with Carmelo, man.
He came out the blocks. He stopped going to the paint more. He started becoming more of a jump shooter, and that shit changed his game.
And that's,
once you took him out that paint a little bit, that took away from his game a little bit because he could, like you said, he was a banger. Then he just went to a straight up shooter.
And
when he played with Portland, you ain't see him in there. He was jump shots.
Well, maybe it was older too.
I get it, but that's when he came back. It was the reason he had sat.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
He'll tell you he was in the best shape of his career at that point in time. And
That's Hoodie Melo.
He was in great shape. His usage rate went down because that's where they wanted to see him at for some reason in the league at that point in time.
Yeah. Number 7, B.I. Start off with you. Dirk versus Bernard King. Hard to stop once they get hot.
Well, I've seen Bernard King score a plethora of points on motherfuckers in playoff games and in a row for his team. Dirk get hot, but Bernard King is like legendary hot. Like, you don't even remember who the fuck was on his team. You just know it was an important game and he was lighting it the fuck up. Like, Dirk, it was like, like he was unstoppable, but it was still within the realm of the team aspect. Right. He never just took the damn ball, said, give me the ball, get the fuck out the way, and let me get all these points for us. I'm going Bernard King.
Bernard King, okay. Dirk or Bernard?
I'm going Dirk.
Dirk?
Yeah, couldn't nobody stop that shot. Once he started getting that shot up and above, even your best big man couldn't get to that shot. Nobody could. There's a reason why he one of the best shooting big men in the league, because nobody could stop that three ball. And when you needed him in the clutch, he was just clutch from that three. I like Bernard game all in the paint, but when we get to talk about expanding to that three line and what you really doing for your team, when my big man can take your big man, who is Shaq or Yao Ming, and you take them all the way out the paint because they got to come out here and respect this man's three shot because he's consistent from that three ball, that's a game changer.
It should never be those guys.
It would never be.
Yeah,
no, but at times, that's what we were looking at. You know what I'm saying? Because they would need those guys to get their hand up to try to contest that shot. So that's what we're looking at, because that's who they were sending there. They were sending Kevin Garnett out there too, but they were sending a plethora of guys out there to try to contest that shot. And nobody could get that hand up to contest that shot right. And once he got going with that three and he got the leaning, that motherfucker was going. Even the mid-range shot, once he got the leaning, it was a wrap.
Yeah,
it was so consistent at one point that
this dude had 2 years of him being the most lethal weapon in basketball. For real, because that shot you talking about was crazy, because little dudes are the only motherfuckers with the footwork to stay with him on the perimeter, to even be around him, but they couldn't get a hand up, and big dudes didn't know how to guard niggas like this on the goddamn perimeter, so it was a problem for everybody. Yeah. Everybody.
So you changed
KG was the only nigga who had a shot.
You changed your answer?
Ain't Chris Bosh. Hell no.
You think Chris Bosh?
Bernard King. I gotta go Bernard King.
Yeah, I'm going Dirk, man.
There's something you
Dirk
said
for the
for
shot.
Dirk, man. Dirk was that dude.
Yeah, Dirk was nice. I don't know. Number 6.
He just skipped that entirely.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the answer?
Yeah, I would probably say Bernard King, just because of his personality. I wouldn't say personality, but Dirk was a killer. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I kind of agree with what you said. It will be more or less in a team aspect, where I feel like Bernard King, I've seen him on Christmas Day, like literally I just watched the game like a month ago, like, get the fuck out the way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was that type of player.
You couldn't stop. He was that type of player. You know what I'm saying?
About to fuck up
he was almost selfish, to not like a lot of people call Adrian Dantley selfish, but yeah, he could score the shit out that ball.
Adrian Dantley was a little selfish. He was a little about himself.
Yeah.
It was kind of the definition of self.
Yeah.
He said the definition. That's the true
Number
definition.
6, Shaq versus Wilt. Who's hard to stop once they get going? And
oh my God!
And this is what's gonna come, this is what it's gonna come down to. And I always tell people this: I wasn't able to see a shit ton of Wilt games, all right, and that's just a big fact,
All right, I've seen a lot of highlights of games, but there's only so many games you can watch of Wilt in his prime. They understand that. I've probably seen all of Shaq's games, all of them. I even seen how he's coming out of LSU. I've seen more about Shaq growing up, rap CDs, ever. I gotta go with Shaq because Shaq, I give the utmost respect to Wilt and what he did, and I know he probably put up a huncho, and I get that. You know, that's dope. You know, I didn't see that game. I've watched highlights of that game. I didn't see the game. I seen Shaq in the worst shape of his life drop niggas in the championship. Even when Kobe was mad at him, he was like, man, you just could be working out. He's like, man, who I'm working out for? Tim Duncan? Y'all mean? Stojakovic? No, I got it. I'm good. This motherfucker eating Philly steaks and all types of shit under the Barkley Act. And his worst shape was still bodying guys with the same move. They had to make rules for the shit. Hack-a-Shaq. There was no Hack-a-Wilt. It was...
It's a 3-second call because of motherfucking Wilt.
Yeah, but that was it. That was it. And Shaq, I don't know. Shaq is the most dominant center I've ever seen and witnessed in my life as far as that. I give the utmost respect to Wilt. He's the most winningest center that I've ever seen. But Shaq is the most dominant that I've ever seen. He was just so... I didn't get a chance to see a lot of Wilt games. I seen all of Shaq. Nobody stopped Shaq. Not too many niggas stopped Shaq. It was hard. Once he gets going...
Shaq versus Wilt, who you got? Hard to stop once they get going.
I gotta go Wilt, man.
Okay.
I gotta go Wilt. I can go both ways with that shit, pause. Mm-hmm. But like the same point in time, it's like I gotta go Wilt because the nigga dropped 100. And then
that's real. That's real.
We ain't talking about who the best player is or our favorite player or who's just, you know, only thing we talking about is who can heat up the most. Well, I've got to go with the guy who dropped 100, man. Like
that's the ultimate heat up.
That shit either.
That's the ultimate heat up.
You know what I'm saying? For real. That's like asking me if Clay or somebody. Well, it's gonna be Clay because we seen what the fuck he did. He got higher than anybody else in NBA history.
Yeah.
Twice. He broke his own record for a quarter score. Like, man, come on.
Shaq. I've seen a lot of Shaq as well, man. It's hard to root against Shaq. It's hard to go against Shaq. I guess I would have to say Wilt off the strength that the way Wilt could score. Like Wilt could have the turnaround, and Wilt could go coast to coast. I mean, Shaq could go coast to coast too.
Let's not forget Orlando Shaq. Let's not forget.
No, I get that.
Dog had handles at one point. Dog was no slouch. He could go easily coast to coast.
Yeah, he could go.
And I do remind you them goofy ass All-Star games where dog come up, be shooting a three, and be dribbling through his legs. Let's not forget that.
No.
I'm just saying, like Shaq.
But like I said, I've seen Wilt had a turnaround, like a nice turnaround off the glass. So it's like,
consistently.
How
he consistently hit that turnaround off the glass, though, like Tim Duncan or some shit.
Yeah, like it was crazy. I mean, they got like a 10-12 minute video on YouTube of him just hitting that one shot. So I would think just with that alone, and the fact that Shaq, I mean, they both need. I would say Shaq needs a point guard more or less than Wilt does. I would say to score. So I think as far as they would get hot.
He just need the ball in his hand, really. I mean, I can't really say that because, like, once he get the ball in his hand, he could do whatever. When he was with LSU, he didn't need nobody. Once he got the ball, he was dominant. That's what I'm saying. Then when he got with Orlando, he didn't need that. That was just comfortable because somebody else can shoot, and they didn't have to double down on dog all the time because somebody could spread the flow for him. Like, he could do all the same shit. He said he ain't got no sky hook. He ain't doing that. But as far as bringing down dunks and bamming on motherfuckers and shit, I don't remember Wilt breaking no rims. Not like that. Shaq broke multiple rims in multiple areas. I'm just saying, dog was the most.
Only 3, and I think the third one was on like NBA Inside Stuff on a Saturday morning on like a Myra shot. I don't think that really counts. I feel like it was set up. But at the same point in time,
this man was snatching rims off of backboards, though. Tell me he wasn't. Bringing the whole thing back. Like, I get what we talk about. This dominance, dog. There was no, you can't, every time you see Shaq, there was somebody underneath him. That's all I'm saying, getting dunked on. I just don't, I know all these flip shots and off the backboard, I get that. But as far as, like, can't nobody stop you? Like, dunking? Like, bro, you the most forceful motherfucker in there.
But we talking about, like, once you get hot.
That's what I'm saying.
Who was harder to stop? When really, you know what I'm saying, Shaq's high in the game was probably like 50-something or 60 points or some shit.
But he just getting 2-pointers bamming on you. He not shooting no shots. He just doing dunks is what I'm saying, bro. Nobody stopped 25 dunks.
But apparently that's limited to 60 or less points.
I
You know
get
what
it,
I'm
but
saying? Like,
I get it, but there's a difference between hitting a hook shot off the backboard and from just turning around and just jumping up and bamming in a guy's face, though. What looks more dominant? If you were sticking your hand up and I hit a hook shot, you'd be like, all right, you were supposed to get that. But if I turn around, jump up, and dunk, put my...
But we ain't talking about what's more dominant. We talking about who, whenever motherfucker
So
get hot.
when that game hot, how you stopping the dunk is what I'm
Thompson
saying.
ain't more
61.
dominant than KD.
With Shaq?
61.
Yeah.
That's all dunks, though.
But look,
And a free throw.
But we admit though that Klay Thompson get more hot than KD. But he ain't more dominant than KD.
I'll see. I don't know, man. One of them has more proven success being more dominant by themselves without KD, though, is what I'm saying. Because they was winning.
I mean, but if we looking at just them and by themselves individually, Klay Thompson ain't more dominant than KD, but he can get hotter than him. The question is who can get hotter. You know what I'm saying?
Shaq can get hotter, I think.
Who was harder to stop once they get hot?
If
Klay Thompson
nobody
is going to
can-
be harder to stop than
But
KD.
if nobody can
apparently,
stop
because
you from
KD
dunking on you,
ain't scoring that much in that little bit of time.
if I can't stop you from dunking on me, and you just dunking all over the whole crew, I mean, that's...
But that was kind of my point. Is you need someone. Shaq needs someone to give him the ball.
He
Well,
could bring, but he
well
could
done.
come full court though with it. Is all I'm saying. Because
Shaq-
remember Orlando, Shaq had
Shaq-
dribble.
I mean, but
He
he
was-
had
he was-
pennies, so he wasn't doing that.
He's not doing that all the time. He's
He
doing
had
that.
Chris Jackson.
He-
my
But
boy,
but neither
my
was
boy,
Will.
that
Will
shit.
wasn't doing it all the time. He wasn't taking full court.
No. I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying Will could also flash out and shoot the mid range. Is what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm giving. I'm giving him that credit because nobody can stop him from shooting. But that's because he could do
You see
multiple
what
things.
I'm
But
saying?
Shaq stuck to one thing that nobody could stop. That's what I'm saying, bro. Nobody could stop him from dunking
Well,
on
then
them.
we can make the argument that he was limited to doing the one thing.
But
Whatever
nobody,
the case
but nobody
may
can
be, that's
stop
all
it though.
he did
But,
to the tune of
So-
60.
so-
And another nigga did some shit to the tune of 100.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but you know,
It's kind of
let's look at the competition too. Let's take a whole tally of everything now, man. Because mind you, Dog was doing this when he was the tallest guy in the league.
That's what we.
we moving the
Okay,
goalposts.
yeah. All right,
Moving the
like I said,
goalposts
man,
a little
And
bit.
number 5.
It wasn't nobody even his height.
Lillard versus Luka.
were.
Who's hard to stop once they get going? Dame Dollar versus Luka. Who's hard to stop?
Dame Dollar,
It's
without a
Dame.
doubt.
Dame.
Without a doubt. Dame time
It's
all
Dame.
time, bro. Luka could try his best. Luka need another motherfucker. Like you said, somebody need a point guard. Luka that type of motherfucker. Dame is the point guard, and he can still
Luka's
put
the
up 60.
point.
Yeah, you can say that, but that doesn't work. That's not translating to wins. That's why they went and got Kyrie, and Kyrie's the point. So
Kyrie the 2, fam.
you can say whatever you want, but Kyrie's bringing up the ball. I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But at the end of the day, is what they do is they'll have Kyrie bringing up the ball, and then they'll have him running a little off ball, and Luka bring it up. But Kyrie is really.
They don't. Luka brings the ball up.
All right,
They
okay.
actually share. They share.
I'm telling you, they share it. I'm telling you, they share it. They split it. They literally split it. But that doesn't make Luka the one though.
Okay.
They run it at the point though.
Yeah, he runs the point. They got Kyrie at the 2.
So-
I thought because that's what people.
So
were saying. I thought it was
Luka's one of your
Luka.
top 3 point guards.
Yeah.
The league will say so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take him over. What's the name?
Yeah.
Still, everybody gonna look at me crazy when I say motherfucking Trey.
You want to take him over Ice Trail?
I'm taking Ice Trey, man. I need the
I'm
difference
taking Luka.
makers. I need the dude
Hey, like I said,
that want to take
I'm
the
taking
shot.
Dame. I'm
make
taking
it
Dame. My
clown
bad.
you.
I'm taking Dame all day over Luke. I'm sorry. I'm taking him.
Okay.
Not borrowing off my words.
Oh, yeah, I would.
You would take Dame over Luke.
Yes, right now on the team.
What?
I would too.
That's interesting. Let's get into this.
He's a volume scorer. He's a better team player, and I feel
What
like
makes
when
him
it
a better
comes
team
down
player?
to like putting up good numbers, he can do it. The only thing he's not super superb at to me is a little bit of defense. He can get steals, but he's not super consistent
Luke
with the
ain't playing
defense.
no defense
Well,
no
well,
way.
well,
And I don't feel like
makes-
that-
What makes him a better team player?
Makes him a better team player. Shit, he can work with people. I've seen him work numbers. I'm yet to see Luka be successful in the playoffs, and I've seen Dame be successful in the playoffs once he has somebody working with him. When him and CJ,
That was my point. Because, right, Luka gave you 22, 9-8 last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is Dame give you?
Dame wasn't in the playoffs.
Right. So that's what
Because
I'm
Dame-
saying. Why would you take Dame over Luka?
But because
Luka's been to the Western
I'm not
Conference
going to
Finals.
Dame
hold.
wasn't playing last year
I'm-
because he knew he was getting traded.
I'm
Why
not
would you be
going to
playing
hold
get injured and
Dame's
blow your
statistical
Same
record
thing
last
about
year to
Fields.
what he's talking about. Because he was in and out of the rotation. Because this man literally had an abdominal tear for 56 games. And we knew he didn't have an abdominal tear. So I'm not going to take that because he didn't play that. But if we go to the season before that, when he was hitting them game winners over Paul George and dropping the motherfuckers off like that, we not bringing that up right now. What it is Dame Dollar has a better success record in the playoffs because he gets there. Luka just now getting there and doing things, and I like what Dame can offer you when it comes to crunch time compared to what Luka can offer in crunch time. And that's when you ask me, that's what I'm doing.
He's sending niggas home.
I like Dame's veteranship because he's been there, he's done that, and he can produce. That's why I like him.
He's sending niggas home.
But
He's sending you
Luka's
home,
been
bro.
falling in the playoffs, and you're all about winning.
Man, Luka ain't sending nobody home yet.
But I'm saying,
What we're talking about?
Well, Portland-
We're just talking about.
Trey
no, you're right.
Young,
But
Trey
Portland,
Young.
hey,
He got drafted the same
Trey,
year,
I know
and
Trey-
he sent niggas home.
I said that earlier. Trey
Portland
did it
also
first.
be having
Yeah.
better records.
Trey did it
But Luka
first.
ain't- I'm just
Portland
saying,
also
we
be
talking
having
about
better
Luka and
records.
Dame sent niggas home in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the first round.
The motherfucker, we never seen Luka send nobody home. I'm just saying, like,
I'm pretty sure Luka done hit a few game winners, bro.
in the playoffs.
Who did he send home though? Who did Luka and them send home?
I can't think of it off the top of my
No
head.
one.
Like game 7 or game whatever,
I
people actually went
mean-
home because I never seen Luka do that.
No,
he never literally sent
and
nobody.
that's-
Dame literally sent motherfuckers home.
I just simply asked because I know like value winning. And he said he would take Dame, but I'm like, well, how would you take Dame if Luka's been further in the playoffs than Dame has? Yes, Dame sent people home in the first round.
Mm.
He hasn't made the Western Conference Finals. Some Luka did. He's
Well,
done
you
it,
talking
and-
about team success as opposed
Right.
to the player. We were talking about individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Dame is the send you home type,
but that was
and that
my
type
point.
of character is the guy that I'm going with over the guy who, when he does take that last shot, actually misses a lot of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dame is just a superior shooter, and then he has a mentality, you know what I'm saying, that's back alley, man. You know what I'm saying? Dark alley shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he in the foxhole. You know what I'm saying? I trust, you know what I'm saying? I trust him more in those situations, and all that matter to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just as an overall player. But if we talking about, getting back to the question, as far as just heating up,
Yeah.
we've literally seen Dame like score like more points than Luka, I think.
Oh,
I'm not
shit.
sure what Luka's high.
How about this? How about we keep it back to what we initially talked about, wins. All right.
We talking about heating up.
Dame Lillard has 422 wins, and he has 347 losses. That's his total overall record. All right. Where Luka has 181 wins and 149 losses, and that's his total record. And you asking who I'm gonna take, and this man literally has triple the wins. There's no question about this.
Well, he been in the league longer.
Dame is a proven winner. It doesn't matter. It's what my number is right
It's
now
what the
because
ratio
you listen.
is.
But your losses, it's 181 to 149. How much closer are we talking? I get it.
181 to what? 149.
Yeah, we talking about 40 games and separating what it is. Do you think the win or loss
That's
record?
about 57%, roughly.
I'm just saying, I'm going with a guy who's a proven winner. He does it in the regular season, and he does it very well in the offseason. And I'm not seeing that all the way out of Luka yet. That's why I'm going with Dame. Dame's putting up 60, 70-point games, shit like that.
Never have.
He put up a 50, 52? 52 was as high as I think.
Yeah, he told
It's more than Luka. His high is more than Luka's high, and he's done it consistently. Like whatever the fuck Dame's high is, he's been around that number, dancing around that number a lot of times. Luka probably ain't got to that number once. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about-
If we talk about offensive potency,
71.
Only way Luka,
Dame's highest game is 71.
yeah, and only because he did that last year after Donovan Mitchell did that to us. Fuck Donovan Mitchell too. But same point in time though,
So have we seen a
can't
71
score that much. So the only thing Luka got are the assists too. If we're gonna total win,
Total assists,
offensive
rebounds.
total potency. type
So the highest game
rebounds.
Luka's had is like a 50-point game. That's the highest he's had, so roughly-ish. I don't think he's had no 60. His highest has been like 56 or something like that.
Dame did that last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, his 10th year. Luka's been in the league 3.
Okay, I'm just going off right now. Right now, who's more dangerous to get hot off proven winners?
Yeah.
Dame.
All we got is right now. We can't
That's
predict.
all we got.
Dame.
He's gonna be hotter in the future.
Yeah. 6.
It's gonna be
He can
windy,
have it.
son.
He
Windy
can have
gonna
it.
be
He
the
can win it
hottest, son.
longevity, but at the same time, shit.
Luka dropped 60.
Did he?
Yeah, he dropped
Okay.
60
Okay.
against the Knicks, December 27th.
You probably only did that one time.
Probably. But man,
I don't see him getting to 50 more than 2 or 3 times.
Nah,
I see
mean,
Dame. Dame has multiple of those.
Yeah.
Though. That's what I'm
He
saying.
did
Like,
play
no,
longer though, so I give him that. But it's his whole mentality. I feel like if Dame would have played the exact same number of games that Luka did, he would still have more. You know
That's
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying.
Scoring outputs like that than Luka would, because Luka, although he's a scorer, he does have a mentality of a LeBron James. I want to pass the ball to more and play. You know what I'm saying? The team game. Plus, he's not a better shooter. He's not as good a shooter.
That's
as
what I was
Dame.
gonna say,
Dame
too.
is an
No.
amazing shooter.
Yeah, he's a really
Amazing.
good shooter.
his
He's
range,
elite.
his
You know,
range is an elite range.
Yeah,
There's
elite
only a
all
handful.
time.
There's only a handful
All
of people
time.
in the league that shoots consistently at that range.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's being just for real, just straight off. Clay, Curry, Dame. I mean, there's only a handful of
Clay
people
don't
that.
shoot
Yeah, Clay don't shoot it deep.
Marley.
But, yeah, Dan Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Marley was a deep one.
Some just got it deep. The deep balls is just they passion, bro. And I'm saying when it comes down to that, that's where I feel like
Big
Dame
man
sets that
action.
bar, and that's why I
Big
gave
man.
it to him.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I would probably give it to Dame over Luka. But like I said, I would say Luka's definitely a better all-around player. When you look at his number, and his numbers actually go up in the playoffs.
He might be a
35 last year.
His usage rate is way too high for me to.
Yeah.
And I know Dame had one of the top usage rates in the league too. But his skill set can be catered to with another team, because you don't have to use him as much. You can still win with him. Luka, I'm not sure how productive he is, efficient he'll be if he ain't got the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
all the
right,
time.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. I agree with that. But I also understand like he's still young.
That's true. I'm not saying that he can't grow, but if we
he'll
going
figure
right
it out.
now,
You know what that come down to me all the time is always LeBron versus Mike, or Kobe versus LeBron. I'm always gonna take
Oh,
the shoot.
this is one I would love to see. Kyrie versus Iverson. Hard to stop once they get going.
Oh, that's eyeball.
oh man, shit, I gotta.
I think
God damn, man.
Because you don't know how to stop this nigga coming to the lane. I mean, you know what? Both of them, I guess, actually, they doing a whole bunch. But
No,
it's
because
like-
once Kyrie get going, he can look deadly. But it was something about Ivo when he just got going. Like, even though he was putting up crazy shots, like, I don't think Kyrie put up as many shots as Ivo did. Ivo was putting up like 40, 50 attempts a game, dog. This is nuts. But like, when he really got the rolling, he was the only motherfucker on that team. They really just had him. That was it. Like, I feel like Kyrie's been blessed to have, you know, some complementary pieces around him. Some people that can,
Yeah, like LeBron James, the people that motherfucker says the best player ever.
or KD, or James Harden,
Yeah.
or
He's better than
Luka.
Dame. He's just better than Kobe.
I'm just saying, like, this guy's had all stars. He's had LeBron, Luka, KD, Harden. This guy's had a lot of opportunities to be successful.
Facts.
Like-
DJ Moore, Komet. I'm sorry, another sport.
I feel like Ivo.
This what you on
Listen,
today?
who was the
This
second?
man chose
Who was
violence
well,
before
who,
the show.
I know, right?
You know what I'm
Who's
saying?
the second best person on that team with Iverson? Eric Snow. We talking about Mutombo.
They had Lynch. Well, Mutombo's the defensive player of the year and all stuff.
Okay, all right, that's dope. But are we talking about points or are we talking about defense now?
Well, they had Lynch and they had
Aaron McKee.
McKee.
Aaron, yeah, right. Two niggas that don't sound like they gonna score a lot. All right, that's the whole point. Basically,
Aaron Snow could shoot the elbow jump.
he
shot.
could, and I don't take that away from him because he was a skilled player, but he wasn't putting up points. Long story short, Ivo had to put up all the points all the time, otherwise they weren't gonna win. Where Kyrie, he didn't really have that much of pressure where he had to put up all the points all the time. He could lay back, facilitate, and do it. So when I think about somebody getting hot, Ivo getting hot was more deadlier than Kyrie getting hot.
It's gonna be Ivo all day because he gonna show up to the game. I don't know.
You snap.
I don't know.
He said he
if
not staying out 'cause of
Kyrie even
COVID?
gonna come to the game.
He said he
I
get the
don't know
COVID
if he's
shot.
even gonna
huh?
be there.
And
No,
I
it's
just
just-
said obviously definitely when they got no COVID shot. Definitely not. Half them didn't. Half them had fake COVID.
If he wasn't going to practice, he definitely wasn't getting a shot.
No. For me, it's Kyrie. I'm taking Kyrie as far. I think he's hard to stop once he get going. Just off strength, Kyrie's a better shooter. Iverson was a valiant scorer. And trust me, when he got hot, he was definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. When he got hot.
Right.
Yeah.
When he that was definitely.
That was the mid range.
If you
That was
watch-
the layups.
When he was
watch-
that hot, he was an A+ motherfucker from the 3-point line.
Because dog, but dog had a nice mid range. He couldn't really get to.
He was
I mean,
hitting shots off
I
all
feel
types
like
of legs and shit.
Right.
Kyrie for one takes better shots.
He do.
And Kyrie is far more efficient. So for me, the efficiency is what I want with where Kyrie's a better ball handler than Iverson. Iverson really had, one move. But
Ivo led the league in scoring with that one move you talking
Oh,
about,
I
bro.
know.
Bro, that's what I'm
And,
saying. With that Shaq shit, like that.
I ain't never seen Kyrie Irving leading the league in scoring, and we talking about who get hot. Well, I feel like Ivo got hot every year more than Kyrie did any year.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but he's also a volume shooter though. When you shooting under 40%,
He wasn't when he was at Denver Nuggets.
He was.
Him and Melo was still, they was running. I mean, he was
Yeah,
passing the ball. He was another scorer on the team.
Right, but he was still shooting
Straight
still
scorer, not
shooting
like another guy
40%
would facilitate.
He was still shooting like right around 40%.
I seen Kyrie Irving play with one of the best facilitators in NBA history, everybody like to say, and he still didn't average what I
Yeah.
seen motherfucking Ivo average when this nigga was playing with a nigga who only shot the ball. Carmelo only shot the ball. He didn't help facilitate. Kyrie was playing with a nigga who would help your ass, give you the ball, and help you score. And he still wasn't averaging Ivo numbers when Ivo was with the 76ers. Now, Ivo's numbers fell off when he got with the Nuggets, but he was still, like you say, kind of a volume scorer, and he was getting some buckets. So I'm still going Ivo even when he was old. And I ain't even seen Kyrie old yet. I seen Ivo
You seen
old.
Uncle
That
Drew?
motherfucker was still.
You seen Uncle Drew play with us?
Yeah, okay. He had a mask on.
He said,
Yeah, right at 45%. He actually shot better
Who you talking about, from 3 or something?
when he got with Denver.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he had
Yeah,
a
that's
solidified
shots.
role. He had Chauncey Billups running point guard because he was running shooting guard.
Yeah,
They had motherfucking Melo. They had goddamn, what's my man name with the little kiss on his neck?
He averaged 24 and 26 those years. Yeah, 24 and 26.
Yeah, he
Around
was
his
about.
average.
I definitely just seen that shit.
Yeah, it was-
Something special on that shit. Oh, the Ivo shit with him and Coach. That
Yeah,
just came out.
yeah, give me Kyrie though. I like the shot selection, a better shooter. Reggie Miller versus Chuck Person.
Oh. Oh. I gotta go Chuck, man. I gotta go Chuck. I've seen him cussing out Larry Bird now. Anybody that's
Reggie
talking like
Miller
that.
versus Chuck Person.
And
Man, I'm going Reggie, man.
Buckets.
Because once that punk got to hitting that three, dog, it was a wrap, boy. That motherfucker got to feeling that shit. What he put up in that last minute, 11 points in like whatever seconds where they kept hitting his ass, dog. His little funny elbow ass. Hey, I'm going to go Reggie on that one. That's something I was a low-key Reggie Miller fan, so I had to go with dog, man.
You should have seen the rifle, man. If you'd have seen what I seen, I'm trying to tell you, this motherfucker running back, you know what I'm saying, doing his guns and shit, motherfucker. I'm talking about in a full sweat, talking shit to every Boston Celtic fan and player and coach. I'm talking about the way he was be, this nigga, you know, man, that nigga was funny as hell, lighting them up. And it wasn't just one game. I remember the one game specifically, but I went back and tried to, you know what I'm saying, find that shit. And it was actually a few games. He kept giving them the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was literally... So I seen him get real hot more than I actually seen Reggie get hot. We can mention that one time of Reggie's or some big shots of Reggie's. But as far as getting as hot and trying to stop somebody, man, this dude was hitting too many different shots. Threes, mid-range. He going to the rack. You know what I'm saying? All types of shit.
Yeah, Reggie
he was
wasn't going to
getting
the
too hot.
rack. He was just winning them threes.
Yeah.
I always thought
Reggie was definitely
I always
that
thought he was
dude, though.
overrated, man.
Reggie?
Yeah,
I can't say Ray. He was one of the better 3-point shooters. Numbers prove that.
He hit a big shot. That's why he was important. He hit a shot that mattered.
He's grossly.
These guys are important. Like Rob Morey. I don't give a fuck what you are off the bench, what position you can. Hey, look, man, can you hit a shot when it matters?
That's it.
Because there's a lot of players on this table that can't. And we call them superstars and all that shit.
But never allude to this. We talking about a guy who don't normally shoot well from the 3 line. Okay? We talking about a guy who probably didn't average this during the regular season, but when it was the last second and that ball was 3 seconds and you stand at that 3 line, you needed to win. Somehow this punk always found a way to shoot this bitch.
He
can't.
Yes,
he's not a 3-point shooter.
That shit with the Houston
He's an
Rockets
opportunist.
when he won his first 2.
He's an opportunist. If you give him the right opportunity, he will take full advantage. He needs to be NBA's all-time opportunist leader, because whenever he had the opportunity to shine in that moment, dog was a shiner.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That has to be a trait, bro. That has to be a trait. Go look at his numbers. He was never a good 3-point shooter. He had some good times. He could shoot the 3. There were some times with Houston when he was a baller. He was consistent. He could get you some reads, play some stiff defense, what they want to call it then. He could size up with your center, your power forward. You can mix him in there. But when you needed that 3 and dog was open, wasn't nobody there, shit, all right, bam. And consistently, you do not get the shit. You do not get the name Big Shot Rob for not being known for making big shots all the time they counted.
There was another big shot he should be known for too. That shit's hilarious. You don't get no talk about that. When he kept the Phoenix Suns out of the playoff, when he kicked them out, I can't remember because that Phoenix Suns team was about to beat the Spurs. Yeah, they were about to beat the Spurs, and that's when Steve Nash was running up to the sideline, and dog came over, and hit checked or something into the score.
He elbowed that nigga. And
everybody
shit,
came out this motherfucker, and
he split his
everybody
shit,
got in trouble and couldn't play, but the Spurs won. I can't remember if they won a championship that year or not, but that was really Phoenix time. And it's just funny that, you know what I'm saying, indirectly, he kind of fucked up Phoenix's shit. Yeah. Because Phoenix was a better team that year, and they were about to win that series.
So you say Rifleman?
Oh, yeah, Rifleman all day long.
You say Reggie?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to go with Rifleman for me personally. I think when he got hot. Reggie... Yeah, I don't know, man. I have my feelings about Reggie.
Yeah, you just don't like Reggie.
Yeah, he on that bias stuff, man. He just don't like the nigga and shit, so therefore he not good. It translates to not good because he don't like him.
Okay, what was he good at?
Shooting the 3 ball.
Okay.
He's shooting.
So was Trent Tucker.
Okay, but the whole thing was when it comes down to being the leading scorer, when it comes down to being the leading scorer on your team, all right, your team circle around you because of your shot. That's what Reggie Miller. When you think of Indiana Pacers, you don't think of Rick Smits, you don't think of all them, you think of Reggie Miller.
He was averaging 25, man, at least 24, man. Don't do Reggie like that.
Reggie, no. What he'll look up, what he's gonna look up is Reggie Miller's 3-point percentage, which isn't that great, okay. But the one thing you gotta look, is before Ray Allen and before Steph Curry and Klay on them, before they had to get over that hump, they had to go over Reggie Miller hump. Everybody. So we can look at all this shit, but look at his total accolade, total threes. Everybody has to go over his shit to get there.
That the 3-point conversation, the 3-point conversation, we never just throw that shit out the window. Yeah. Because the 3-point line didn't come in until the motherfucking 80s. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's hard to judge anybody before and then when it came in, nobody to shoot that bitch was taboo.
I get it.
It was taboo to even shoot the motherfucker.
But when you do come in and you do shoot it, and that's what you do, and that's how you scoring, dog set records and accolades. And we're not going to sit here and ignore it, but we're not going to ignore it.
And the only 3-point shooters back in the day were specialists.
Okay. But at the top of the list was Reggie Miller at one time, the best 3-point shooter. Okay. Yes, he was.
Okay. For that. But he played a long time because he was a star on his team and he was a good 3-point shooter, so they let him do that. But that wouldn't have happened 10 years earlier. And if it was 10 years later, they let him shoot way more. All I'm saying is the 3-point conversation is actually blurred
when they give it to him. When they gave to Dog,
the volume of what they shoot.
When they gave it to Dog in his time, that's what I look at. But that's what I look at. When we look at 3 points and everything, is because it's a stat.
It's an actual thing that we can look at nowadays. We're not going to see Trent Tucker up there. Okay? We're going to see Reggie Miller up there, is what I'm saying. And when I'm saying about people who
He's
set
a
the
role player, though.
but when I'm talking about people who set the bar for 3-point shooting, he was one of the people who set the bar.
That's a fact.
And if we set the bar for dunking and passing and scoring and everything else, let's set the bar for the 3-point line and get that respect too. And dog set the bar that people could go up there because at one point in time, Reggie Miller.
But we all knew that he wasn't a better shooter than Larry Bird.
Dope, fam.
No. But the numbers support better what he was doing.
I don't know.
He's up there.
I don't know what we.
They just wasn't letting Larry shoot, though, is my whole thing. So we knew he
All
wasn't
I'm
a better
saying-
shooter. To me, he wasn't a better shooter than Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? He just
probably
didn't
wasn't
get
a
the
better
shots up.
shooter than Dale
But the numbers,
about to say
but the
Dale
numbers don't
Ellis.
support that, though. Is what I'm saying. The numbers don't support that because when we look at
Okay.
when we look at the 3-point,
I give you
when we
that.
look at the 3-point,
He a motherfucker that we gotta acknowledge.
that's all I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying. Acknowledge the fact that this guy broke a. He was a person who set a bar for a stat that we weren't looking at. Okay.
Okay,
That's a fact.
that's cool, and I agree with that.
It don't sound like it because you sound like you rebutting down. to say
No,
it like that.
no.
Okay, I guess.
I want to rebuttal it, but you still like. I wasn't. I asked you a question,
Right, and I gave you an answer.
It was a tangent, but sure.
Yeah.
So I said, what was Reggie Miller good at? You said shooting threes. I said so was.
And what I
Trent
tell you, he
Tucker.
was gonna pull up the nigga stats and the
So
shooting
was-
percentage,
so was-
right?
So was Trent Tucker, right? He was
Okay.
good at. So what else was Reggie Miller good at?
Bro.
Scoring, man. He averaged like 24 points a game.
That's all he want to hear, and that's all he want to hear.
Okay. That's what he averaged, right?
And he was like 6'7". So the motherfucker was you know what I'm saying? He could play defense a little bit. He wasn't like a pushover.
Reggie Miller never made one defensive team. No. Reggie
No,
Miller.
he wasn't a defender
Reggie
like that.
Miller
That don't
was.
mean you can't play defense.
I'm not
He wasn't
saying
even a
that.
pushover.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Reggie Miller said himself.
He wasn't a cone. He wasn't a cone.
Was he a below average defender? Can we say that?
I say average.
You would say average.
I would say average. Yeah.
You would say an average defender in the
Yeah.
80s. An average defender.
He played in the 90s.
What 90s? We could say 90s. Even 90s.
Yeah, he was an average defender.
You would say average defender.
Yep. He played good help team defense with the rest of the team. They were a great defensive
Okay.
team. That bunch.
And
Cool.
it comes
With the
down to
Dale
all
brothers,
this.
with the
Cool.
Davis brothers.
Let's finish. You said he was a great 3-point shooter. I simply
I
said
didn't say a great 3-point
no.
shooter.
He said
I said he's a great
He
3-point
said-
shooter.
I
And
said
I
he
got
shots that matter.
I got the facts to support it. Right
Yeah,
here.
shots
he
that
shot.
matter.
I wasn't even going to talk about that. He shot.
That's what he
30
excelled
He
at.
shot
Reggie Miller is a
39%.
cold-hearted killer. That's what we
Yes.
need to remember. Reggie
Yes.
Miller,
Bro, and that's what I'm
Yes.
trying to acknowledge.
Yes.
Hey, listen.
But he was still overrated because when I tell people, when people look at me and say, "Well, how was he overrated?" I'm like, "Bro, everybody go to one fucking game. Everybody goes
Which game?
to the choke game.
I go when he pushed the shit out of Michael Jordan and got that 3-point off for the game on us.
That too, cool, whatever. I would never say he's not clutch. But when I sit here and I tell people I don't feel like he's a Hall of Famer, I'm like, what else? What did he really do? And then no one can never really say anything. People say, well, he was a good 3-point shooter. Cool, he shot a lot of threes. That's great. Did anyone watch the game to see how he shot them? Reggie Miller needed 4 and 5 picks to get his shot off. He couldn't get his shot off by himself. He's nothing like Ray Allen. Ray Allen could shake you. He had a midi, and he could take it to the rack, and could spot up. He had a step back. So no, let me finish, fam.
Whatever. I never said nothing. This nigga said, "Let me finish."
But no, I'm just.
I never said a word though. Acknowledge that.
I'm just.
What did I say
saying,
to say? Let me finish.
No,
though?
I'm just saying. It looked like you were finna say something. So
I never said nothing.
Okay, I said it looked like you were finna say
My
something.
eyes spoke for me.
You
I guess.
Yes, it looked like you were finna say
This
something.
nigga,
So I'm just
man.
saying, what else
Incredible.
was he good at outside of
Incredible.
shooting threes?
Incredible.
Scoring
What
the
makes him a
basketball.
Hall of Famer?
Scoring the basketball.
I love you said that. How much you think he averaged for his career? Because
A
I
career
know.
when he got old, and he played when he was old still too.
I love it.
Look at
That's
the black
even
man.
worse.
Look at
What
the
was
black
his
man.
career high? That's even
Yeah,
worse.
yeah,
What was his career high? Just guess. Take a guess.
For his whole career, is gonna taper off.
No.
because his last
For a season.
For his best season,
Yeah.
I would say probably about 24.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he averaged 24.6 his third year in the league. Never to average that again. For his career, 18.2.
Yeah, because he was playing on winning teams. That, you know what I'm saying? If you got to get Rich Smith the ball, you know what I'm saying? You playing team ball. You got Mark Jackson handling the rock. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Dennis Scott need his. I mean,
Bro,
Dennis Scott.
Listen.
Byron Scott need his shots.
This man will make all these excuses
Yeah,
about
that
saying but say something about his scoring. But we literally talk about a
Davis
man
brothers,
who hasn't played since the 90s.
boys.
Okay? His last year was what, 99, 2000, something like that, last time he played?
Yeah, no, it's
05.
Jermaine
05?
O'Neal,
Okay,
Ron
listen.
Artest.
His last
Jackson.
year, his last.
It ain't no time.
Hold on. Let me finish.
I'm talking
His
about
last. Hold on. You didn't. Oh, what you said? Your eyes look like you wanted to say something.
No,
Hold
I
on.
did say something. Go ahead.
His last playable year was 05. Okay, but yet this man sits here as the 4th best 3-point shooter in history right now. Okay, the 4th. So I don't know how we can give guys credit on assists and rebounds and scoring, and you the 4th best shooter at the 3-point line of all fucking time. As the stats go right here that I'm looking at, it literally goes Curry, Ray Allen, Harden, Reggie Miller, Kyle Korver, Dame Lillard, Vince Carter. A lot of these niggas not finna pass this man record as far as shooting the ball. This man excelled at shooting the 3 ball. Regardless of how you got there, the ball has to go in the hoop. No more, no less.
But they did
So
all
Kyle
of that
Korver should
because
be
they
Hall
knew
of
he
Fame?
could shoot.
No, I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer. But we didn't
that's
ask
why-
that.
Miller had the
and that's
usage
why I'm
rate.
saying Reggie Miller shouldn't be a Hall of Fame. If all we're talking about,
We're
all
not-
he did was shoot.
But how many
He was a
points did
successful
Kyle
shooter, bro.
Korver average?
Kyle Korver never averaged as much as Reggie Miller. I'm not
But
talking
that's why Reggie Miller's in the
Exact-
Hall of Fame because he averaged 24.
Kyle
He had
Korver
for
wasn't even
one
a star of his
season.
team.
And
He
like for
averaged
the rest of the
18
season,
for his career.
but it was over 20 every year except those
No,
older
played for
years.
so
no,
except the
long,
later
bro.
years when he got old.
Fam,
He played for
averaged
he played
1, 2,
1,389
3, 4, 5,
games.
6 seasons he averaged over 20.
That's a good amount of time. That's a good amount of time.
To be a Hall of Famer?
I mean,
You had 6
hey.
seasons?
The only
He
person,
enjoyed a lot of
hey,
success, man.
The only person,
Never won a ring.
Hey, he was real close.
he was real close. Mike took him out of contention, bro, and don't forget
I'm
that,
about
bro.
to say,
We're going from
I'm
real
about
close,
to
okay.
say, Mike took out
I'm
Pat
just saying,
Ewing, so Ewing ain't
the
supposed
man
to
has
be
a
in the motherfucking
the
Hall.
man has an acknowledgement
out
stat,
Charles
and we
Barkley.
not giving acknowledgement for it. I'm just saying when the man got hot,
Ewing
and
did
we
more
call
than just score. He rebounded, he blocked shots, year in and year out.
But
Reggie
sometimes he's just a
Miller
shooter,
did one
bro.
thing.
Some niggas is just
He
shooters.
shot
What is
well.
Curry good at?
To the tune of 20 points a game, though.
He scored 20 6 seasons out of what, 15? That's not even a decade, bro.
You said
of
his
dominance.
career. You said for
Yeah,
a whole
for his career.
18 points.
Yes.
That's not much all 20 points, man. And that's averaging, you know what I'm
Fam.
saying, his worst
So
years with that too.
thank
now.
you. That's
Fam.
exactly what I'm about to say.
18 points
You
is
putting
2
his
points
worst
off 20.
years in there with the best years, and they have to make it
I don't-
average.
And it's
That-
still
that-
right around 20.
That's not.
And
That's
that's saying
still
when
not
you
a Hall
old,
of Famer, bro.
What does Curry do?
and yo, last
What does
year,
Curry
if you,
do?
if you averaging 18 points a
What does
game,
Curry do?
He didn't.
What does Curry do? He shoots the ball. Curry shoots the ball from distance.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
He ain't trying. He
and
ain't
he
dunking
averages
on.
like 24 a game.
That's not all he do.
And he
That's
averages like
all the
24
fuck he
a game.
does. That's all he does is shoot and pass the ball. He's not known for getting amazing
And they
assists.
do
He can
everything,
pass
and they
it.
do everything
But
they
he's
can to get him a
gets his
shot
shot
off.
off.
It's gotta
after
be
this.
said.
Okay,
It's got to
what
shot.
He's
what
the
is
new Reggie
Curry
Miller.
best
He can
known
get his own
for?
shot.
How about
They
that?
can play two.
What no?
Getting a whole
what
bunch
is-
of picks set for him to get off a 3-point shot.
oh,
Same
what
with
is his
Reggie
best
Miller. That's
attribute? He
what
does
shoots
he
the
have
ball
to?
well, bro.
Does he have to?
He does
He can
not.
dribble. He can dribble better than Reggie.
Right, and he.
But
can
he's
create-
just known to shoot the ball.
Thank
though.
you.
I
His
know-
best attribute is he
I
shoots the three ball, bro.
understand that, but he can create his own shot. Reggie Miller could not create his own shot.
So he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame because he couldn't create his own
no,
shot.
he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
So make the
because
ball go in the hoop. Don't count for
because-
nothing.
There's nothing that he did, in my opinion.
Make the
when
ball
you
go
look
in the
at
hoop.
his stat. Okay, that's why I said Kyle Korver should be in there. He's right behind him on 3-point shooting.
He's right
And
behind
then
him.
what
But
you
he
say?
wasn't the leader
No,
of his
he
team.
should-
Kyle
he
Korver
should-
wasn't the
He's
best
great.
player on his
We
team.
put-
Reggie
okay,
was.
This is Drake.
You're pushing the bro. You moving the
No,
goalpost.
Reggie
When-
was
when-
the best
bro, when-
player on his team, not for he do it. Kyle
He goes on
Korver
the
was
best
never
one
the
and
best player
never
on his
won
team.
nothing. Never won nothing.
A lot of niggas is like that. Ewing,
Never
Okay,
won nothing.
okay,
A lot of
you-
niggas is the best player on their team. I'm just saying, he
Ewan
shot the
also
ball
put up
well.
better numbers. There's nothing else Reggie Miller
But he
did.
never shot the 3-ball as well as Reggie. That's what it came in. That's an up-and-coming stat that we have to respect, and we not putting no respect on that. He's the 4th-time leader in all 3-point percentages. That's the respect we got to put on there. And obviously the proof in the pudding because he is a Hall of Famer. I didn't make that call. His associates, people he worked with, and people voted in on that to be there.
Yeah, they voted Dolph Shays in too, and I don't think a lot of people would say that he's a Hall of Famer.
Shout out
Everybody
to
didn't vote that
Brody's
in
bottom
though.
line.
It wasn't a high vote. They got voted
Brody's
in,
bottom
but it was
line
like
say he is a Hall
Everybody
of Famer.
has the
We gonna
same
go
Who
number.
is?
Either. Everybody has the same number.
Brody's bottom line say Fam is a Hall of Famer, Reggie Miller. So you know what I'm saying. We appreciate.
Hey, that's why I fuck with Brody, man. Brody, hey, you a real one, bro. Never let nobody tell you different,
What
bro.
makes
You a
you a
real
Hall
one.
of Famer?
I mess with you, bro.
What
We need
makes
a link,
he
bro.
He averaged 18 points. Bro, if I was
Hit
to tell
me.
you this about anybody else, 18 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds for his career.
Then I was
Never won nothing.
Always led his
He
team.
never won.
He's won a lot of rounds in the playoffs. He's in the playoffs a lot of times. He's been in the finals.
He's
Let's
been in
not
the
act
finals.
like
Who is he
was
losing
in
to?
the finals against Shaq and Kobe in the
I
finals.
love it.
Everybody
I love
lost against Shaq and Kobe.
I love it. And you want to
For-
know what
for
happened in
3
the
years.
finals? You know what happened in the finals? His numbers stayed the same. You know who numbers did ball out and go up in the finals? Jalen Rose. Google it. It's a
Because
fact.
he's a shooter. That's what he's
It's
supposed
a
to do.
no, it's a fact. Jalen Rose was the play. Jalen, he only won one time.
That's one time in the finals, but I also see
That's
him.
what I'm talking
I've seen
about.
him against Michael Jordan hitting big shots. I've seen him
Yes.
against the Knicks hitting big shots. These are all in the
Yes.
playoffs.
I also saw that nigga got
They're
dropped for
big
81 too.
shots.
These
I
are
also
all in the
saw that
playoffs.
nigga get
These
dropped for
are our
81.
favorite childhood memories of basketball
They're
playoff
big
shit.
shots.
Is this motherfucker
Yeah.
hurting people's favorite teams, choke signs,
Yeah, and that's
being the best player
I
ever?
ain't, hey, I ain't
Robert
never
Horry-
seen.
Robert
I ain't
Horry
never
hurt
seen a
a lot of
motherfucker
teams,
drop
too.
81 on Reggie Miller.
I seen this nigga piss off Mike so bad Mike wanted to fight. I seen this motherfucker
Yeah,
beating
it's
Mike
probably
late in games where Mike normally beat everybody else. I seen this motherfucker love the villain role, play into it, bowing on motherfuckers' courts and shit, and sending niggas home.
He did all that. He did all that to get sent home the very next round.
A lot of niggas do.
Everybody can't win the
A lot of
championship
niggas do.
every year.
A lot of niggas.
If you go
that's
back and you
cool.
look, if you look at his career, it was Michael Jordan, and then it was
Yeah.
Shaq and Kobe, and there wasn't many other motherfuckers winning. In between that,
I
it was
agree.
Tim Duncan
I agree.
and Isaiah Thomas
I
when
agree.
he first came
But to
in.
give
I
credit,
agree.
but to
I
give
agree.
credit to
I
talk about a
agree.
lot of people, his favorite center, his favorite Elijah Wan, this motherfucker had to wait till motherfucking Mike left the league to get his first little dub in too. A lot of niggas could get past certain
trying to tell
motherfuckers,
you,
so I'm not
I
gonna put a
wouldn't-
fault on
I
that
wouldn't
because he
disagree.
would have. If he could get past Mike and them was just cold. Shaq and them was just fucking cold, bro.
Yeah,
and we not.
yeah,
but
I'm trying to tell you,
you did
he was
score
not about to
18
be
points a
Shaq,
game. That's why I can fault you. Where you only
18
put up
points a
18.
game is a major contribution for somebody on your team.
Yeah.
And if you saying he's just a shooter, you label him like Kyle Korver. Well, if Kyle Korver
I'm
gave
not
you 18
label-
points,
I'm not-
then you would
I'm-
like that, right?
I'm not labeling him like Kyle
Korver took his team
I
to
was
his first
using
playoff.
Right. I was going off what he's saying. He's saying he's a great player. He's fourth
I
all
say he's a
time.
great shooter.
He's a great shooter, right?
I say he's a great
right.
3-point
He's
shooter.
a great shooter.
A great 3-point shooter.
Yes, I agree with that. He's a phenomenal 3-point shooter. My thing is, if you're going to be in a Hall of Fame, it needs to be at least a decade of dominance for you to be in the Hall of Fame. That's how I feel. So when
Hold
I
on.
ask people, what did Reggie Miller do? And you tell me he shot threes, okay, well, so did Kyle Korver. He's right behind him. What else makes him a Hall of Famer?
No,
then
no.
you say, well, he hit big shots. Okay, so did Robert Horry. What makes him a Hall of Famer? Well, he scored a lot of points. Well, he averaged 18 a game. What makes him a Hall of Famer? But I'm the one that look like I'm being a dick. I'm just simply saying, what makes Buddy a Hall of Famer? When you say something, I say, well, when I give you another person that did something similar, well, they're not a Hall of Famer.
They did something similar. They're not beating him. Kyle Korver is still underneath him, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
At the end of the day, when we talk about stats, he's still above Kyle Korver. At one point in time, to what y'all keep saying, they had to introduce the 3-line, okay? And when they introduced the 3-line, guys weren't shooting the particular best from the 3-line. But then here comes Reggie Miller, who held the best 3-point shooting percentage for a very long time.
That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Because when they were set a stat and there was somebody to do it, he was the best one. Same reason why John Stockton never won a fucking ring, but he's in there because he had the best assists. Well, if we're going to acknowledge the assists, let's acknowledge the percentage from the 3-line at the time when the 3-line was just getting introduced. Reggie Miller was the best shooter, and he held that stat all through the 90s. Coming into the 2000s, where it took somebody like a Curry to come through, somebody who could come and shoot high volume threes, because Reggie wasn't shooting that many fucking threes, he was just making them count. And everybody act like he was shooting high volume. No, he wasn't. He was making them count. Where Curry shoots high volumes, this man shoots 20 or something threes a game.
Last I checked, 18 points in the league per game for 14
At that time.
years.
At that time.
For 14 years.
At that time. Through the 90s.
For 14 years?
You got to give the man some credit, man.
That's actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
if you
agree.
say that
All
alone
good.
is okay, but then the moments that he's had, that's what you can't wipe out of your memory. You can't mention the NBA. You can't write a story about the NBA without mentioning Reggie Miller.
The 3-line.
You cannot do that.
The 3-line.
And that's why
you can't
he in
talk
the Hall
about
of
three.
Fame.
You
'Cause
can't
he
talk
part
about
of this
3-pointers.
story. He part of everybody's story. I don't care if you're a New York Knicks fan, Chicago Bull fan. You could be a Laker fan. You cannot write your story without bumping into Reggie Miller at some point in time.
Okay, I mean that's cool. I mean, if we're going off that, then Robert Horry should be in the Hall of Fame. Then.
And he is.
Why should he not be?
Robert Horry?
Why? Yes. Why should he not be?
Because his numbers say he shouldn't be. He was.
The number of what? Rings?
Yeah, that's. I mean, you got guys on those Celtics team that won rings. And those first Celtics teams.
That-
Were
They
they hit
contribute-
game winners?
But what did they contribute?
No, bro. Robert Horry should not be a Hall
He
of Fame.
contributes.
Game winners matter. So this is what
Robert
you're
Horry
trying to
He
tell me.
contributes
is
more than
that
what you
game
give him
winners
credit
don't
for.
matter.
Robert Horry should not be a Hall of Famer.
But he
will
is.
tell you, he's not. What
He
are you
will
talking
be.
about?
He,
No,
but he
no,
will
won't.
be. But he will be.
Why? Because he hit game winners. How many did he hit?
Because he got like 6 or 7 rings.
Okay.
That's why this motherfucker
Glenn
is a Hall
Robinson
of
got a
Fame.
ring too.
A ring.
Yeah, right. He got a ring. Robert Horry was not. Robert Horry doesn't win those
Glenn
rings.
Robinson.
Yeah, Glenn Robinson got a ring.
With San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah.
You think that when he sat in that corner over there,
Bro,
for
Robert
got one ring,
Robert Horry
we
averaged
comparing
7 points
him-
for his career.
But so we comparing the guy with 1 ring
No.
to a guy with like 7 rings.
No, what I'm comparing is you're talking. He wasn't the spearhead. He wasn't the reason for having that ring. Robert Horry wasn't necessarily the reason for the rings that he had. He played on great
He hit
teams.
game winners with Glenn Robinson.
That's cool. He was also put in great position. There was no pressure. If Robert Horry don't hit those shots, no one's saying Robert Horry. They're talking about Shaq and Kobe loss. That's a fact. There's no pressure on none of those shots. No one even is going to remember Robert Horry. He hit some big shots. What, 2, 3? I like Robert Horry. He hit some big shots.
What do you say about quarterbacks? What they can do when a team ain't great around them, how they can elevate the play and pull out a win?
Yeah.
If we can talk about guys like that, then why aren't we talking about guys like that in basketball? Or Rob Horry, he elevated Shaq and Kobe. If you go back and look at that play where he hit that one from straight ahead,
Yeah. I watched that.
Kobe had the ball at first. He drove the lane, missed the shot, sidestepped somebody, missed the shot.
Mhm.
Shaq got the ball to rebound, put up a layup, and missed it.
Yeah.
Your 2 stars had a chance to win the game on the same play. That ball got squirted out to this motherfucker, Pauls,
Mhm.
and he hit the shot. It'd
Yeah.
be different if they like drew up the play for him,
Right.
or like
Right.
it's
He-
like
he
it's
hit a big-
complete. It's complete
he hit-
coincidence, first of all, but second, the other guys had a chance to win. It wasn't like the ball only came to him in any way. They both had a shot. He elevated them. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't who he was, they lose. He was who he was, so they ascended, they win. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. I agree with the same thing. Like you
His contribution
he
was
made
way more than any Trent Tucker, Kyle Korver, Glenn Robinson, any type of dude that's playing a role the way Robert Horry normally plays a role.
Mhm.
His role is also to hit game winners.
Mhm.
If we said that while he was playing, it sound funny and it's putting too much pressure on him. But in retrospect, looking back at it, that was his role because that's what he kept doing.
Right.
His role was to
Right.
hit game winners.
Right, and that's great.
He hit more than like Kobe and them and shit by himself. Damn near probably. I don't know. Shit,
Right,
more than Shaq.
I would have to look at the numbers.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but he hit more than Shaq, and Shaq was
He definitely
the engine that drove that team.
Right, exactly. But that's
except till his winning time.
That's my point. That's why he shouldn't be a Hall of Famer. For one, if you just look at the numbers, he's a role player. A role player should never be in the Hall of Fame.
What?
Role players should never be in the Hall of Fame.
Scotty made it.
Scotty's not a role player.
He was on that team.
No, he wasn't. Scotty was the number 2 option. He was an all-star.
That makes you a role player if you're not the main player.
Go back and look at
That's
Scotty.
not
What
true.
Scotty averaged for a career because it's like 15
That's
fucking
not true.
points. It's definitely less than Reggie Miller.
I'm just saying.
Right, but we also, but that's that only proved Reggie did nothing else.
Reggie was the main scorer on his team.
You can say that. You can say that.
Reggie was one-dimensional.
You can say that, but you can also say Scotty is a role player then because of his points.
That's
He played. What the other parts that he did was his role. Him playing
Thank
defense.
you. That makes you a
Scotty
role
playing
player.
his defense.
That's not.
That makes you a role player.
That's not
Yes,
a
it
role-
does.
That's an all-star, bro.
It makes you a role player.
No,
That's an
no.
all-star.
That
B.J.
makes you a
Armstrong
role
was an
player.
all-star. Kyle
Yeah,
Korver
for
was
1
an
year.
all-star.
Yeah, for 1 year.
Yeah, so you're a perennial all-star. Okay.
Yeah, he's a perennial all-star.
That's true.
He's a perennial. He gave you 16, 6, and 5 for his career.
Kyle Korver.
16.
When he was
16, 6,
when he was
and
a
5 for his career.
we talking about the Kyle Korver that made it with the
His
same
best
team, the
was
same year
22.
that the Atlanta Hawks whole starting 5 made it. That was the year he made it. Because I don't
Yeah.
remember a whole lot of All-Star games from him, but that was the only year where the starting
same
5
type
made
of-
it.
Yeah, BJ made it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was like 4 of them, but the Bulls sent
It was
more
the
than
same
Scottie
damn,
Pippen.
bro. It was the same thing, like the same starting 4 or 5, whatever you
Yeah.
want to look at, bro. But that
Yeah.
was, and then we talking about the same team that got their ass busted in the first round, like they normally do, because Kyle Korver wasn't the leader of that team.
Well,
What is
they
what
ran
is that?
out of plays for
Yeah,
him.
what is that? No one ever said he was.
No. What I'm saying was Reggie was the leader of that Pacers team, hands down. So of course he's going to get more looks. The options are going to be better, and they're going to make opportunities for him. We keep up bringing Kyle Korver's name, but Reggie was the leader of his team. Kyle Korver wasn't the leader of his
Averaging
team.
18
He
points all the way to the
wasn't talking about the leader. You said-
No, we
you
talking about.
said
I'm
the-
talking about who was leading the team, and we talk about points per game, and we want to keep bringing up Kyle Korver for shooting and stuff, what he does. And I'm telling you what Reggie Miller did. He was the leader of that Pacers team.
Yeah, they won
Name
that.
me another leader of that Pacers team.
Mark Jackson.
He wasn't the leader when he was there. He wasn't a leader when
Yeah,
they all
Mark
deferred.
Jackson was the point guard. bro.
Everybody deferred to Reggie Miller.
Eric Snow was the lead. Eric Snow was the leader on that 76ers
Everybody on that team deferred to Reggie Miller because he was the shooter. And if you bring up the option of Mark
team. They ran
Jackson,
the offense around
Mark
him.
Jackson deferred to Reggie Miller because he was a great three-point shooter.
Yeah.
And when you give up the option to drive and shoot the three, he was giving up the option to shoot. So if you're taking Mark Jackson out there at point, who is a very smart point guard, and he's deferring because this guy can shoot, then you've answered your question. That's what the fuck he does well. Shoot the three ball well and dependable. That's what I'm going toward. So when you ask what Reggie Miller does, he shoots the three ball very well. Let's not say he just shoots. He shoots it
39%, yeah.
very well. And that's still good. That's
39% for his career. Yeah.
and that's fourth, and that's enough to get fourth best three-point shooter in the NBA ever.
And he shot a lot of them too, volume wise. So it'd be different if he only shot a few, like stuff, like Steve Kerr.
He's making them count.
Or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr, you only shoot a few. You're supposed to make them. You're supposed to have all your energy to make them. When you are starting the game and you're guarding Michael Jordan and you're still scoring 24 points and you're still motherfucking shooting all these threes and you making 39% of them, then actually, you know what I'm saying? That,
Shot 40 quite a few times.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we give Steph a lot of credit for averaging 44 career because it seems
The most
like
he
he's
ever
not
shot
human.
was
But
6
Reggie
per
Miller
game,
was not human
7
first.
per game at 42% from the field.
I'm trying to
He
tell you.
averaged 21 that season.
I'm trying
That's
to tell you.
not bad.
For
No,
the-
that is very good.
No, that's
That's not
amazing.
bad.
That's
Very
like
good.
best
That's
in like
very good.
NBA history. No one's been
That's-
better than like Steph Curry.
And that's why I
And
say
it was still like 42 point something.
He's
You know what I'm
and that's
saying?
why I say I think he belonged in the Hall of Good because all he did was came off screens and shoot threes and hit big shots.
I guess, yeah. I
Phenomenal.
guess.
Nah,
But when you're really
that
good
shit
at it,
is-
that should be something to it though.
That's not good. That's actually the best ever. Last I checked, the best ever at something doesn't make you good. It makes you the best ever at something.
He's 4.
Him and Steph, as far as shooting percentage, that 1 year you mentioned 42%.
No, 42.
Yeah.
42%.
And if we go down, just take the 39%. You know that is amazing.
Yes, that's phenomenal. I don't have an issue with that.
But that's
I
great
said
though.
that.
But
Yes,
but
that's
you
great.
okay?
Yes.
But you'll say that. But then
That's
you'll.
great.
But yeah, great.
Yeah.
Like Hall of Fame great, like Hall of Great.
No, like you're a great shooter. That doesn't make you a Hall of. Maybe that's the disconnect. My thing is you can be a great shooter. That's why I bring up Kyle Korver because you say he's right behind him.
He is now.
But I'm talking about being a great shooter.
But you keep moving the goalposts.
I'm not
you keep
moving
saying,
the goalposts.
You
kinda do.
No, yes, you are. You keep
I'm
saying,
not, bro.
Bro, you keep saying. You discredit Reggie for being a great shooter by saying, or you dismiss it by saying, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's just him being great as a shooter. When we talking about being an all-around scorer, you know what I'm saying, and leader on the team though too, like that's way more weight than a Kyle Korver ever had.
Okay, cool.
That's why I keep bringing the leader of your team. That's why I keep.
Okay, cool. He was the leader of his team. What does that mean if
There's
you didn't
more
win
weight
anything?
on you. He was taking his team to playoff games. They was winning things.
You are literally playing more minutes. You know what I'm saying?
He's playing more minutes. And what you're telling me is the best season he ever had was 24 points a game. Right? 24 points a game.
And was Kyle Korver's best?
I don't know. I don't count. Reggie Miller's a far better player than Kyle Korver.
Okay.
I will say that.
So
he's a far better player than Kyle Korver.
let's break down some real stats. How about this? How about we do this?
You can't even compare the 3
when we come down to Reggie Miller and we compare him amongst his 3-point shooting and his assists, he has 4,141 total assists, which is just a shy under Ray Allen, but above Kyle Korver, so he's passing better than Kyle Korver. Okay. Then when we look, hold on. Let me finish. Then we'll talk about steals. Okay. And we're looking over a course of a career, and he has 1,505 steals, which is more than Steph Curry, who has 1,419, more than Ray Allen, who has 1,451, and just a shy under James Harden. Okay. Then we gonna go down to blocks. Okay, this man has 299 blocks, where Steph Curry has 207. Ray Allen has 244. We're talking about all around what this man was good at, correct? That was the question. What is he good at other than shooting the ball? Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, the man played defense a little bit. He has more steals than your favorite 3-point shooters who come out here compared to his position of 3-pointing. But he also put up a good number from the line. And let's not forget, all the way up to about 05, he held the line as the best 3-point shooter in the league. Ray Allen, who also had a further career than he did a little bit on some other teams, continued it on, going through playoffs and stuff with LeBron and them, and then Curry, who was a volume 3. You have to give this man respect because there was a bar to set for shooting the 3 line to 05, and nobody else had beat it. Nobody. There's people under him. Now there's 3 people ahead of him. And we're in 2023. And there's only 3 people ahead of him.
Man,
that's all I'm saying.
What's the next question, man? I gotta get up out of here, bro. We've been doing this for 3 hours.
Longest show ever.
Bro.
Yeah, that shit is, bro. That shit was, he averaged 0.2 blocks. That's a longevity stat, dog.
Look at his total blocks, not his average.
0.2.
Look at total. You look at average.
That's a long.
No, because there could be a
stat, bro.
season. This man used to shoot 3s. All right. So for him to have them type of blocks, it has to say something, bro. And he has more blocks and steals than a lot of guys that you say play defense at that position.
Who did I say?
Harden, all the motherfuckers. Anybody or Curry or anybody was up there. Even Ray Allen, because you had made a comment for Ray Allen because he take it to the hole. Anyways, what he was doing at that position, shooting the 3.
Yeah, and I would say he should have definitely been in the Hall of Good for shooting the 3 and hitting a few big shots. Nothing else proved that he should be in the Hall of Fame if you look at his numbers. That's all I'm saying. If Reggie Miller,
say that's all you're saying, but going on another tangent.
Hey, that's all I'm saying.
Go to the next.
Put anybody else's numbers, y'all wouldn't be like he should be there. T-Mac versus KD, not a Hall of Famer. Who gets hotter? Harder
T-Mac.
Yeah, hotter. T-Mac and who?
KD.
It's T-Mac, man. It's T-Mac, I guess. Because motherfucking Kevin Durant never taken enough shots.
Facts, which I don't know why you don't. That's a different story.
10 games, I guess. Shit, I don't know.
Final, Jordan versus Kobe. Who's harder to stop once they get hot?
Jordan.
I'm gonna say Mike, man, because it'll just be wrong not to.
Even though Kobe got 81?
Yeah.
Yeah, 81. Let Mike would have played that soft ass Steve. He would have had a billion.
Yeah, if
Mike
Mike
would have had 201. Fuck you mean?
I don't know about that.
yeah,
Shit, that soft ass defense they was letting go.
I
Shit.
don't know
Mike.
about that.
Mike, bro, listen. You would have gave Mike that soft ass Toronto defense that day. All right.
Yeah, I had to go Mike, man. I couldn't go any other way.
Nah. Not with dog at 11. I don't know how you doing that, but anyways.
Yeah, I have to go to Kobe. Yeah, I go Mike, man. I stand by Kobe at 11, bro. I ain't wrong with
That's
that.
what I'm saying, bro. How he gonna beat the GOAT and you having a debate with him? He number 11 to number 1.
Because it's two different things.
I guess.
That's two different things. But that's two different things.
Hey, that's that 30-person, 10-person lead.
Hold the fuck up. Hold up.
30-person,
I gotta
10-person
ask
lead,
y'all,
man. You got
y'all
30
let
people
me
on that
know.
list, man.
I got 3 top 10 lists.
That's 30
they
people.
say I got 30 people. It's
That's
not
what 30 mean.
Because I have a 10 favorite list, right? My 10 favorite players. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And then I have an ESPN list, my ESPN list, where I take stats, eye tests, all that into. And then I have another top 10, and that's just the 10 best players if I'm going on the court. I don't think it's crazy. I think I still got a top 10. We can debate that another day. But B.I., it's that time, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trade yourself, man. Trade yourself.
Shit. Who need to trade themselves this week?
Oh, man, it's pretty obvious, man. It's pretty obvious.
Oh, I think they might say me.
It's pretty obvious. Oh, man, it could be. You know what I'm saying? You've had a plethora of things to say that's debatable. Very debatable. This ain't even a debate show.
Reggie Miller, come on anytime. I like you much better as an analyst.
Listen to somebody up here, man. This ain't even supposed to be a debate show.
What y'all talking about? He ain't better than his sister. You talking about Hall of Famer. Keep it a book.
But they
I'm
both
just
Hall
saying.
of Famers, though.
She is.
Same point in time.
Legitimately.
Dog, the disrespect is so
Who
disrespectful.
need to trade themselves?
Hey, man, this week I'm going with Jada Pinkett Shakur Alcina Smith. That's who the hell I'm going with. You know what I'm saying? If she don't mind.
That nigga said Jada motherfucking Pinkett. Oh, wow.
Jada Pinkett Alcina Shakur Smith.
I'm
You need to
done.
take several seats, man. Just go sit your ass down. It's a little annoying, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get
That's
it. You ain't having a good time in
hilarious.
your marriage. I don't know why the fuck that's our problem now.
Ooh, that's
God damn it.
hilarious.
I'm trying to mind my business hard as hell. This shit she ain't making it easy, man.
Who need to trade themselves this weekend, though?
Oh man, who didn't trade themselves this week, man? Shit, Billy Donovan, man. He gonna make my list this week. I'm taking BI list, man. Shit. I like the guys coming in, but man, you ain't pushing to make no moves, no transactions, no nothing, man. This is like I'm not saying some of these young guys ain't stepping up, but I'm not seeing the leaps and bounds that I'm seeing with other teams. These guys out here competing, everybody around us getting better, and
Tear
Billy
that
Donovan
shit
run
down,
these
too.
stale ass rotations and shit.
Tear that shit down, too.
And no facts. So, but bro, listen. The thing about the Bulls, man, until y'all realize what we got, we not gonna move further. We got a whole hand of hope and nothing to succeed. You lock in DeRozan, try to build around him, try to keep a veteran, and move on from Zach, man. The reason I say move on from Zach is I've seen more of DeRozan since his short period with the Bulls than I have Zach this whole tenure he's been with the Bulls. Let Zach go, man. He's a nice talent, but let him be talented somewhere else. He really kind of holding us back. He's really stagnant. I don't see him getting much better. We can sit here and act like he's going to play defense and make these big shots. But long story short, we barely probably going to make the play in. If that, we're going to get our ass busted by the Knicks because they just look better than us. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I think trade both of them, man. You got to start over.
I say keep
DeRozan.
DeMar because he need to retire somewhere because he a vet. You want to keep a veteran bulldog on there. That's what Miami gonna do with Jimmy. I guarantee they'll never let Jimmy go. I keep DeMar. I let everybody else go, man. DeMar's somebody you can work with. Is what I'm saying. He's a leader.
Yeah.
Like a Baron Davis when he was with the Warriors when they didn't do shit. When they first drafted Clay, Baron Davis was over there just leading that shit. What'd he do? Lead their ass to success until they got their ass busted.
Yeah, and that's what I don't want. That's
But,
what I don't
hey,
want.
They was going places.
Yeah, second round.
Huh?
That's what I don't want. Like I'm sick
When's
of.
the last time Bulls made the second round?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying we gotta measly beat the first round, dog. Like
I'm sick of mediocrity.
But I'm sick of Billy
With
Donovan not even
Chicago's
barely getting us the
teams.
play-ins though.
With Chicago's sports team in general, bro, I feel like we've become accustomed to being okay with like mediocrity, bro. And like that ain't us, man. Like motherfuckers used to winning. So that's why I say it's not say tearing it down because I don't love the Bulls. I'm saying tearing it down because for one, DeMar DeRozan, he's in the twilight of his career, even though he's playing great. But it's like we don't know how much longer he can play like that. LaVine seemed like he'll never be that guy that's ever gonna be able to put it all together. Like yeah, he can put a bunch of points, but it's no different than Bradley Beal putting up a bunch of points at Washington.
Correct.
You know what I'm
Correct. That
saying?
don't mean nothing. It
that's
don't mean nothing if it don't translate
so
to
that's why I'm
win.
just saying that we just need to tear everything down. We need a direction of what type of team we're gonna be. But that's all I'm saying, bro.
But Billy Donovan not even giving us the
Yeah,
direction.
no, that's all.
That's what I'm saying. He not giving
that
us a
shit up,
direction to go in, and that's
we just right now we just got pieces.
right.
We got
no direction.
Vucevic. We don't have no fucking direction.
Bricks, no
But,
building.
Yeah, trade yourself. For me, it's every Bear fan that think Justin Fields is a franchise quarterback. Trade yourself, man. No, y'all my niggas, but the fan, no, the niggas know what I'm talking about, bro. They be cussing me out on Facebook, but it's all good though, man. I'm like Trey Young, I'll be the villain. But yeah, man, I think it's time to give him up. I think trade him. We can get something for him, man. I still think he can be a franchise quarterback, just not for us. He needs to be around an offensive head coach that's gonna utilize his skill set, and I think he just need a fresh start. In my opinion, I think that has to be hard being out, and then even if you don't take a Caleb Williams, like I would find it shocking if Chicago don't take a quarterback, which is why I think he want to come back so soon because I think he know that, you know. So, but I don't know, man. That's how I feel about that. We'll see. It's a lot like Hendo said. It is gonna be up to the coaching. Whatever new coach we bring in, I think we all can agree Uberflus not that dude. Is that fair to say? Can we all agree on that?
He definitely not the coach for our future.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be opposed to bringing Dion and Shador in. Honestly, bro.
I'm not.
That's just me.
But the realization of it, and I keep telling people that's not a bad concept. But the realization is, Dog hasn't
it's
won.
probably not realistic.
No, Dog. This will be something that's a more realization 4 or 5 years from now, as far as because Dog hasn't won enough. Dog hasn't won enough there.
You right.
He ain't won shit there yet. We don't know.
I agree.
We don't know what Colorado gonna look like, let alone a professional team. I keep saying the best option we got is to wait till the Michigan Wolverines somehow either win or get us on and try to get Harbaugh back, because he's the only motherfucker right now that can save us, because he knows what to do with talent and he knows how to produce talent. Literally, he had Kaepernick running at the most elite ever quarterback, and I ain't seen this man play since, except for with him. And when they went with him, they damn near went to the Super Bowl and won it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he would. I actually think he would keep Fields because we've seen him play in Ohio State. But hey, anyway.
But that's my opinion on it. I
can see him keeping
Yeah, y'all gotta stop talking about Justin Fields.
But yeah, man, you gotta pay these bills,
You
man.
fucking up.
just.
King KO Car Wash, man. Lacrosse Street, check Cuzzo out, man. Starting to get cold. Go get your car detailed, cleaned off. Also, a breath of fresh, man. If your sneakers looking dusty, you need a smooth fit or anything like that. It's Halloween next week. Got something planned. So man, check out a breath of fresh. Also, the closet. Where is that on King and what now?
5th and King, man,
Fifth
right
and
there on that
King,
corner,
Fifth and
man.
King, man, right on the corner. Check out the closet over there. They got all the latest sneakers, man. He gonna help you out in there. Also, Saturday nights, man. Beef and etc. Let's
Let's
go,
man.
Wow.
Go back.
Man, he went in.
I was gonna say
Press
Beef
break
and
gonna be
etc.
mad. No.
Press nigga. They beef was
quick.
We'll edit that out. But press break. Check them out downtown Lacrosse. The cheesy beef, the cheesy nachos, man. We need y'all to like and subscribe. We're gonna keep bringing y'all this great content. That's my homie. That's my homie. No matter how much we argue about sports, man, it's all love. Y'all get in the comments, argue with us, man. Y'all let us know some hot uniforms y'all would like to see back. And also let us know how y'all feel about Justin Fields and the Bears, man. Should Chicago trade them? Should they not trade them? You know, if they get Harbaugh, it's a good chance we could keep them. You know what I'm saying? To possibly change things around. Great wide receivers. They do got some good linemen. So who knows, man? Who knows what's in the future for us? But co-host Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. Episode 73 is in the books. I'm going to let these brothers say what they got to say where you catch them at.
Boy, Bills, man, catch me here, old heads.
Yes, sir. Man, you can catch me out here, man. AKA French Loaf, Hendo G, Henny Pack out.
Honey Pack.
Balls.
Oh, Millie with the stats and facts. No, really. And you know Hendo gon' tell you the truth. B.I. Mr. Info. You know what we here for. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we cover from
Hey, we don't run on your time, we run on our time.
The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, from Will scoring up.